All right, guys. Good morning. Hope everyone is doing well. It is Monday, January 13th. Hope everyone is had a good weekend. My son's birthday party was this weekend. It was fun. How's everybody doing today? We did get a new emoji for Mitch. Let's see where it's at. There it is. Look at that emoji. Look at that thing, man. That thing's cool. So yeah, go check that out. And hope everyone's doing well. Honestly, I haven't even looked at stocks this morning. I haven't even looked. I'm running a little bit late today. So let's take a look. Let me fix my green screen. There we go. Alright. I'll look like Edward in Twilight. But that's cool, you know. Alright, so, like I said, I haven't even looked at stocks this morning. One thing I do... Ooh. Trill is getting closer to my strike price. I still have like 5 days. So I have all week to see if this one can break below 250. It's at 280. What's up, Steven? What's up, bro? Hope you're doing well, man. Let me see. How does Trill not go up, man? How does Trill not go up? I've got like 5 days until this one expires, you know? It's a 250 strike price. ACOR, $2 put. That one's a little... I mean, for my other ones, I have until February. Trill's the only one that expires soon. Alright. But yeah, anyways, moving on. We got ADAP here popping up. Low volume, not really my favorite one. Alright, MREO, looks alright. Same thing, low volume. PRMW gapping up, boring. ASRT maybe. This one gapping up from 111 to 130. I guess I'll include this one on my list, but like I said, I'm not really in love with this one either. We'll see what else we got, but I'm going to go through these. JLL or JILL. Boring too, man. This one's boring too. MGTX. Man, honestly. CPAH. CPAH is probably worth a watch. CPAH is probably worth a watch. I'll include that on my list, I guess. LCI, which is another former stock. LCI maybe is worth a watch if it's tradable or not. I guess I'll include that one just so I can go over the news since it is moving. MBOT is one that is tradable, usually a pretty volatile stock, and it's gapping up. And so MBOT, I'm going to make that my main watch today so far out of all these stocks, at least. MBOT, look at MBOT, it looks solid. It's gapping up from $13.17 all the way to $14.78, testing the highs of pre-market. So MBOT probably my favorite one right now. We got HOME, boring. TERP, boring. No volume. HZNP, boring too. AMRN maybe. Yeah, so AMRN's my second watch. AMRN's volatile enough to keep an eye on. AMRN specifically. We got NVTA. NVTA is worth worth including it on my list just because it's moving enough. We'll go over that news. BLDP. I don't know if I like that one. LJPC, this is a former runner. Traded it before. We'll see what happens with that one too for LJPC. It's gapping up some. I mean, I guess I could include it. I guess I could probably include, what was the other one I talked about? BLDP, I guess. What else we got? NIO, been running up some. NIO's been actually really strong, so I mean, I guess I'll include NIO too. It's like the Chinese Tesla. NIO, we'll see. So we'll watch NIO here. We'll also watch DDD, HXL. Kind of boring here. NKTR. NKTR is worth a watch. Alright, I think that may be it for gap ups here. We got AXSM. Alright, we'll include these two. There's the list of gap ups that I'm watching. Not necessarily Dimitri. I could go either way with them. These are just gap ups that I'm watching. There's my gap ups. Yeah, I mean, not necessarily. Sometimes these are going to run. A lot of times with VWAP bounces, I actually like it when the stocks run up, and then the VWAP and that pre-market high are right around the same level, and I can get in for a VWAP bounce. That's one of my favorite styles of trading. So these are up. I would say, a little bit more short biased on gap ups, just because they're a little bit more extended on the upside, but they don't necessarily always go up. I mean, always go down. Sometimes they'll just shoot up, and so with those, you can look for some bounce plays. I'm not necessarily reserved to only trading bounces or only trading shorts on gap ups, because a lot of times they will, you know, squeeze up big, especially if they break like the pre-market high. Alright, so that's gap ups here. Let's look at some gap downs. We have SSI. Hey, what's up, Jonathan? What's up, brother? Hey, man, I saw your comment on my video. I gotta go comment back to you, bro. So I appreciate you taking the time to comment on my video, man. Thank you, bro. Both videos, really. Both Mitch and I did a joint video where we both kind of went over our stats for our members, and then I put out another one yesterday. So appreciate the comment, love, brother. Thank you, man. So yeah, so right now we're going over these gap downs. Yeah, you can see Mitch got a new emoji. All right, but yeah, gap downs. We got SSI. We got 5, which is it Fiverr? Oh no, Fiverr's FIVR. 5 is, I don't know what 5 is. But look at this gap down for FIVE. So that one looks interesting. We got INGN, boring. LEDS, boring. ABMD, that one's alright. I mean, that's my gap down. So we got Exus too. Exus, ABMD. I mean, we got some gap downs here. Sava, XL. But none of these are really voluminous enough to be super worried about it, I don't think. So that's what I'm watching now. Yeah, these are the gap downs. I'll post this to the chat and Discord. Alright, there's my gap ups. Let's see the gap downs. Yeah, you guys can see Mitch got a new emoji. Check it out. Shining over there. Pointing the finger at everybody. You know, look at that thing. Gotta show support for my boys. Y'all give so much content. Hey, appreciate it, man. Thank you, brother. Hey, thank you, bro. You watching Tesla today? Probably not. Tesla's dead to me, man. Tesla just does not work well for me in my trading, at least lately. I used to trade really well on it. Something happened. I think we can analyze the chart really quick, and I can show you guys why I don't trade it anymore necessarily. I mean, I might. It depends. Okay, so the problem lately with Tesla, just to show you guys a little bit closer, is that the opening bell, the fades in the opening hour are terrible. So the fades in this opening hour right here are just terrible. You can see even here today, right? When you look for a fade, what happens? It squeezes it back. It just chops it out. It pulls back, you know, squeezes back to the VWAP, which is usually you're going to get in short right here for a fade, you know. The fake out fade actually worked, which is a strategy I went over this weekend. Look at this fake out fade, but it didn't follow through completely. But yeah, this is the fake out fade right here. But it just squeezed people out. It just fakes out fades all day, you know. Not the fake out fade, but it actually fakes them out. And so, you know, with that, the fake out fade works good though on Tesla. Maybe I'll switch to that. But yeah, the first hour is just very choppy, you know, except for maybe this day. The 9th was okay, actually, on Tesla. Let's keep going back. Yeah, look at this. So just sideways movement that first hour. All that is just sideways movement. Very difficult to trade bounces or fades on it. Same thing, first hour of the day, sideways movement. Crossing over and under the VWAP. It doesn't pick a trend very well, and that's the issue. Even this day, even though it was, I would still say this was probably an upward trend. You know, if you look at it, sideways, crossing over and under the VWAP. The easier way to explain it is it doesn't respect the VWAP. And so when a stock doesn't respect the VWAP, fades and bounces are going to go terribly on there. And so I have just stopped trading it. This day it did all right. This bounce was solid. But I mean, that's like what? 1 out of, that's like what? 1 out of 7 there. So yeah, I mean, even this day just doesn't respect the VWAP sideways. And so with that, I gotta look at what the chart's telling me. And the chart's telling me that Tesla doesn't respect the VWAP, unfortunately. And so I've got to take that off my list and just find other stuff to trade. Walmart, Michael? Let's take a look at Walmart. We can look at it. Not much volume, not my favorite. I mean, no volume in pre-market, unfortunately. We'll start looking up some news in a minute, but yeah, no volume, unfortunately. Yeah, there you go. You got the new Mitch emoji. What's up, Luke? What's up, Emmanuel, Dimitri, Anointed, Steven, Jonathan, BIP. What's up, man? Michael. Alright. So yeah, my son had his birthday party this weekend. They had all these, I don't know if anybody saw the social media post this past year, but it's like some little boy had a birthday party, and like apparently nobody showed up, and so that was my fear as a parent, that I was gonna throw my son a birthday party, and just nobody was gonna show up. I was scared that we were, and we have family that's showing up regardless, so the family will be there, but like his friends, we were worried that they weren't gonna show up, and so we threw the birthday party, and for some reason everybody was just late. But then, like, everybody showed up, and so he had a good birthday party. It was, a good time for him. He had a fun birthday party. His friends showed up, and it went well. I think if anybody doesn't have kids yet, when you have kids and you throw a birthday party, that's the single biggest thing you worry about, is whether their friends are going to show up, because if they don't, it's going to be a sad day, Nice, man. Yeah, my son just turned 6. Jonathan, he's 6 now. Yeah. Good luck, man. 5-year-olds. At least mine. Mine's all over the place, man. He's bouncing off the walls constantly. He's a good kid, though. He's smart. But he's hyper for sure. Alright, so, yeah, I mean, I'm not seeing anything I love. Like I said, my favorite watches today these are my 2 favorites, which is MBOT. Really nice gap up. Really a lot of strength being shown in pre-market for MBOT. That one and AMRN. They're both moving, very volatile. We'll start looking up news in a second, but that's my favorite one. Let me try to fix this green screen. I see it's like kind of like bleeding through here. Let me try to fix this. There we go. That's good enough. But yeah, it turned out well enough. As good as we can really expect it to be. He had multiple friends show up. He had a fun time. It was fun. Like I said, my son went to a trampoline park birthday party for one of his friends. And like, we're relatively young compared to all my son's friends' parents. They're all like in their 40s and stuff, and like we're relatively young parents compared to all of his friends' parents, right? And so we're like the youngest parents there. And so we show up to his birthday party, my son's friend's birthday party, and it's at a trampoline park, and like none of the other parents were jumping. And like, I get it, it's a birthday party, they were hanging out, but it's like my wife and I, like, we're going jump, man. Like, we're at a trampoline park. I had never been to one. I don't care how it makes me look. I'm about to go jump in that trampoline park, Like, I'm not too old to go jump in a trampoline park, Like, listen, I'm 30, I'm not too old to jump in a trampoline park. And so my wife and I were literally like the only parents that actually went and jumped. The rest of them just stayed there and gossiped, I'm sure. But we went and jumped. And it was the same thing for my son's birthday party, None of the other parents went and jumped. None of them, But I was going jump and having fun in that place, man. I'm not too old to jump in a trampoline park. Yeah, for sure, Jonathan. Yeah, man, 100%, man. Being a parent's cool. It's a scary thing being a parent, but it's cool. All right. So yeah, AMRN and MBOT, my two favorite ones. Let's take a look at AMRN and see how well it respects the VWAP. I'm pretty sure it's respected the VWAP very, like, look how well it respects it. And this is one of those things, I used to not like AMRN, but I used to not like AMRN because I didn't think it respected the VWAP, but especially later in the day, look at these fades, beautiful fades, really nice follow through too, and I think this might have something to do with the overall market, but from what I see, AMRN respects the VWAP fairly well, even this one, like look at this one compared to like Tesla, right, like look at how well this one respects the VWAP, like it pulls back, beautiful VWAP bounce there. And again, remember what I said in the previous few weeks of videos about the VWAP bounce. One of my favorite things about them specifically is when the pre-market high and the VWAP line up to right around the same level. And like look at AMRN here. This is exactly what I mean. When you can get the pre-market high to be right around where the VWAP is when it pulls back, that's going to get it double the support, right? And especially in these instances, you can risk off of those previous closing price. You know, you can risk off of that previous closing price. Hey, I appreciate the sub, Sam. Thank you, bro. Appreciate the sub, bro. I don't know why I didn't hear that, though. It should have alerted me, but I appreciate the sub, bro. Appreciate it, man. Welcome to the team, bro. But yeah, whenever you can get this happen, you can see pre-market high. Let me show you guys a little bit better. You can see pre-market high, and then you got the VWAP exactly at the same spot. That's my favorite thing in the world. And then again, you can risk off of like these opening range highs right here. So you can see the confirmation here and the confirmation here. So that could be like your stop out level or risk level if you're dip buying this type of pullback right here, you know, which I call a VWAP bounce. A very profitable setup if you can find all of these things present in a setup, in a chart. You know, if all of these things are there on a chart, it's usually a very high percentage play and it can be super profitable for you. And so that's one of my favorite things with these. Yeah, man. Like I said, I'm all over those trampolines, bro. Like I said, I was having fun, man. I almost ran into like 3 little girls, though, you know. But I stopped myself, and I didn't actually like run into any kids, fortunately. But I had fun, man. I was jumping on that thing. It was great because my wife left me in charge of like watching my son and like making sure him and his pack of friends were like okay. So it's like I had a job to do technically. But like I was running around, jumping around, and like kind of glancing over, being like, okay, he's cool. And then I just kind of kept running around. I bet you all the other kids there were like, man, who is this old dude jumping on all these trampolines, man? You know, he's hogging all the trampolines. But it was fun. I had fun. And if you've never been, yeah, I was, man. I was dunking on him for sure. But yeah, if you've never been to a trampoline park, go. It's so much fun. It's so much fun. Hey, I appreciate the sub, Reed. I heard this one. Maybe, I think I need to turn my headphones up is what it is. That's why I couldn't hear it. I appreciate the sub, Reed. Welcome to the team, bro. Appreciate the sub, man. Like I said, guys, hit that subscribe button. We day trade live on stream every weekday morning for free right here. Hit that sub button if you can. All right. Alright guys, so yeah, AMRN looking good. This is probably one of my main watches just because it's volatile. Let's go ahead and look at the news. I think it's time. I might turn my headphones down a little bit so I can actually hear. There we go. Alright, so yeah, so let's go ahead and look at the news behind these, right? You can see AMRN starting to move. I can either look at this one first or I can look at MBOT. They both look solid enough to, you know, look at. MBOT, or no, AMRN, I guess I'll go over that one first. So with AMRN, we do have a catalyst here, and basically AMRN, which I think is a bio drug, I'm pretty sure this is a biotech stock, but AMRN, they did launch a campaign that's called True to Your Heart, and the purpose of the campaign is to educate people on persistent cardiovascular risk. And so they launched the campaign with its goal to educate people on cardiovascular risks, and it's called True to Your Heart. And I guess that's making it pop up here this morning. We'll see what happens with it. You know, I think it's good and everything, but I don't think it's going to positively affect the stock that much. So we'll see what happens with AMRN. It's gapping up. It looks okay. We'll keep an eye on it. We also have MBOT here, which again is my favorite stock this morning. Moving up big, worth a watch for sure in my opinion. You can see it's all the way up to 1560 here for MBOT. I'm seeing something that came out on the 8th. I don't see anything now for MBOT. Let me see. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything here. Okay, so maybe this is it. So H.C. Wainwright, they did reiterate a buy rating on MBOT, and they also raised the price target to $26. And so they reiterated a buy rating, and they raised the price target, and that was by H.C. Wainwright. So that did happen. I guess that's the catalyst for this one, and it's worth a watch. Like I said, it's one of my favorite ones this morning. We'll see what happens with MBOT here. We got ADAP, which I guess I'll look at, even though I don't really like this one. It's kind of boring. And dull. But ADAP put out something that said they had positive trial results. And so, yeah, shares are up after positive trial results. And I'm going to go ahead and quote this, and this is from Dow Jones Newswires. And so, yeah, they said they saw 2 confirmed partial responses or PRs, 1 in a patient with liver cancer and 1 in a patient with melanoma. They also said it saw 2 unconfirmed PRs, 1 in a patient with gastroesophageal junction cancer and 1 in a patient with head and neck cancer. They also said that, quote, Adaptimmune said these data further confirm the potential of its Spear T cell platform for the patients with multiple solid tumors. They said the results are early and they need patients' data and durability info to determine which therapies to develop, end quote. And again, that is from Dow Jones Newswire. So we'll see what happens. Positive trial results for ADAP here. What else we got? We got PRMW. I'm going to skip that one. Boring. We got JILL, which I guess is worth the watch in penny stock land. Just no volume to accompany it, really, but we can look at it. All right, so what I'm saying is that this is fourth quarter EPS and guidance. That was positive, but it also had a fourth quarter loss of shares of around 10 cents per share. And yeah, so I think that bad fourth quarter results, but positive guidance for JILL. And that's kind of making this one gap up with low volume. We'll see what happens with it. We have ASRT, which looks like a little bit higher float stock. Let's see. Yeah, it's 63 million in the float for ASRT, but it's worth a watch. I mean, it's gapping up. It looks okay from 111 to 129. Small range, though. But yeah, this one is up on the Gralise sale, which is a neurology franchise, and it is up after the company closed the sale of Gralise gabapentin to Alvogen. So they closed the sale. They also said their 2019 neurology franchise net sales are expected to be above the upper end of the previous guidance of 102 to 105 million, end quote. And again, that is from Dow Jones Newswire. So we'll see what happens with ASRT here as well. Worth a watch here. We have TERP. We got Home, which I don't really like any of these. Maybe Home, maybe. Home is a 60 million basically float stock. We also have LCI here, which I said I would look at for LCI because sometimes LCI is tradable. Is this a joke? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just read this, and I'm going to quote this so it doesn't sound like I'm making stuff up here. So, LCI is Lanet Pharmaceuticals, okay? They put out a release today that said that their cocaine hydrochloride nasal solution with 4% cocaine is going to be launched under the brand name Numbrino, end quote. And again, this is from Dow Jones Newswire. So yeah, their cocaine hydrochloride nasal solution at 4% cocaine is going to be launched under the brand name, again, Numbrino, end quote, from Dow Jones Newswires. So yeah, they're putting out a cocaine nasal spray. I'm sure it's probably not actually going to get you high. I'm sure it's probably just going to numb your nose, I guess. I don't know if it's, like I said, I can't tell if it's serious or not. But And they did announce the FDA approval for the branded anesthetic product cocaine hydrochloride nasal solution, Numbrino. That is so LCI putting things out this morning. Man, what's up, Tyrell? What's up, West Coast? What's up, Mr. K? What's up, Chris? Yeah, man. Interesting, man. Interesting. Numbrino coming out. Numbs your nasal passages, I guess. Like I said, it's an anesthetic. To me, it's hilarious, but I guess they're serious. I don't know. But yeah, we'll have to tell Mitch about this one. But yeah, that's LCI, guys. LCI. We'll come back to it. We got KPTI, which is one of Mitch's favorites, but most of these are just low volume. I'm not really seeing too much that I really like. CVM, KPTI, NVTA, I think was a good one. Yeah, NVTA is worth a watch. All right, so this one's revenue increased for 2019. I'm gonna go ahead and quote this. It's just easier to quote it from. This is from MT Newswires, and it says, "Quote: A San Francisco-based genetic information company on Sunday reported prelim revenue for 2019 of about 216 million, up more than 45% increase from a year earlier. They also recorded volume of more than 482,000 samples accessioned in 2019, a nearly 60% increase from the 303,000 samples accessioned in 2018, and that's end quote." From again MT Newswires. So we'll see what happens with MVTA. It's probably worth a watch. I'm guessing it is tradable. We also have CDLX, ACMR, NVTA. I think we just looked at. Yeah, and that's about it. I mean, NKTR maybe. I don't mind NKTR. I guess I'll look over that one too. Right, I mean, Nathan, I don't know what else to conclude from it. It's a cocaine nasal spray that you put in your nose. I don't understand. You know, like I know they're making it an anesthetic, but you know, I'm not sure if serious. I'm gonna have to look it up because that's kind of crazy. You know, all right, but yeah, NKTR is up. Had some news that came out on the 10th, so on Friday. They said they're eligible for a $75 million milestone payment in the first-line non-small cell lung cancer trial. What's going on with this one. So yeah, they basically announced that they're going to advance a new combination in therapies for cancer in collaboration with Bristol Myers for NKTR. We'll see what happens with that one. It's worth a watch as well. And then we can go to the gap downs. First one's SSI, gapping down pretty big from 730s to 378. This has got to be some type of serious catalyst here. Yeah, so yeah, hold on. All right, so Stage Stores, which is SSI, they did see their fiscal year 2019 earnings of about 25 to 30 million. That was well below the low end of the previously announced guidance range. So way worse than expected earnings for 2019 for SSI. So yeah, that is something to consider here for SSI. Bad earnings. We'll see what happens with it. It's worth a watch. We also have INGN. Gapping down pretty big, although that one has low volume. I don't know if it's even worth the watch, but FIVE, which is 5 below, huge gap down for FIVE here. This one is down after profit and sales warning on holiday sale, after holiday sales disappointed. I'll go ahead and quote this. This is a pretty big one. So this is from Dow Jones Newswires, and again, the stock is FIVE. So this says, quote, FIVE plummeted 18% toward a one-year low in pre-market Monday after the discount retailer warned a fourth quarter profit and sales shortfall, citing disappointing holiday sales period. So yeah, bad sales that for 2019 for FIVE. Big gap down again from 121 all the way to 98.23, so under $100. Worth a watch, I think. I had a few other gap downs here. I think EXAS, but not enough volume to really worry about that one. In EXEL, same thing, not much volume. So yeah, you can see the SPY itself is up. All right, guys, I'll be right back. All right, but yeah, you can see the SPY is actually up. The previous closing price was 325.70s, so the SPY is actually up solid here. It's worth the watch, I think. We'll see what happens with that one. All right, let me get Mitch in here. I think Mitch joined. Yeah, here it goes. There he is. All right, let me get the volume straight with Mitch. Hold on. Can y'all hear the music? Tell me if you guys can hear the music when I turn this up here. Cause I can't. Let me turn my headphones up. I can kind of hear it. Let me know if you guys could actually hear the music. What's up, Mitch? What's up, bro? All right, guys. What's up, James? How you doing, brother? I see James over there hitting his cigars, man. I'm gonna have to smoke a cigar with you. Yeah. Also, Mitch just got a new emoji. Check it out. Alright, but yeah, here's the thing, guys. So I'm holding a trail put option. And it's a 250 put option. So if we can drop below 250 today, I'm going to unload this thing. This is a very, very common tail in penny stock land. And I'm not saying this one's going to work. It's actually still looking a little rough for me. It'll probably expire worthless. But this is a very common tail, and it's a strategy that I've used to make money from put options. I still have to learn a little bit more. I'm definitely not a penny stock expert, but most of the time when you get these big run-ups, it usually gives it back. And so we're going to look for this to keep falling. I think the price, this option will definitely be worth a little bit more. I have 5 days until this option expires, and so we're going to look for TRIL to continue dropping here. Can you hear Mitch? So I'm John. Oh, you good? Sounds okay. Good. All right, Mitch is probably getting his coffee, is what I'm guessing.
What's going on, man?
Yeah,
just talking to myself.
Oh, what's up, bro?
No stress, man.
You got your new emoji, bro. Check it out, man. I don't know if you've seen it.
Yeah, I see
Yeah, there
it.
it is, man. Look at it.
Pointing at the world.
Yeah, man. Mitch and I both have, like, crazy emojis.
Guys, when you want to call us out, put that emoji up.
Yeah, you know. Like,
You.
like.
Alright,
Like
guys.
that. You know, like that.
Alright, guys. What's going on, traders? How we doing today? Good morning,
up,
good
man?
morning.
Alright, guys. So we got 30 minutes to the open. What do you think about trail put option, man? It's a 250 strike price. I just need to come down here, man. It drops down here. My goal is really 175. If it can drop to 175, I'm going to be balling over here with this put option. But I just need to break under 250 right here. That's what I really needed to break under. And so we'll see what happens. Look at MBOT today, Mitch. Oh yeah, Mitch. I really want to read you a news release. So Mitch, I want you to look at the stock LCI here. Look at the stock LCI, and I'm gonna go ahead and read you the news for this stock right now. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and read you the news. Okay. All right. So LCI is Lanet Pharmaceuticals. All right. They are putting out. Oh, hold on. Let me give my kids a hug and bye before I read this. Love you, buddy. Have a good day.
Wait, what did my friend give me again?
Alejandro gave you the green race car. Here, y'all gotta go. Alejandro gave you the green race car. Graham gave you the monster truck, and Benjamin gave you the Sonic and book. All right, you gotta go. You gotta go. All right, love you. All right, but yeah. So, all right. Anyways, Mitch, I'm gonna go ahead and read this. All right.
Oh, for
So Lanet Pharmaceuticals is LCI. They are putting out a new drug. It's a cocaine hydrochloride nasal solution at 4% cocaine, and it's going to be launched under the brand name Numbrino. 100% serious release today. I don't know if it's a troll release or what.
my boys.
Yeah, man. I don't know what that. And the crazy thing here is that it says FDA approved it. FDA approval for NDA for branded anesthetic product cocaine hydrochloride nasal solution 4%.
Yes.
What? How? What I'm questioning is, are they gonna take the stimulant properties out of the cocaine before they turn it into a nasal spray, or are they gonna leave it there?
No, that's the good stuff.
If they leave it there, that's gonna be the best-selling nasal spray in the world.
That's the good stuff,
Let's
John.
be real here. You know, that thing's gonna fly off the shelves, man. We're gonna go back to the early 1900s with that. But
Hey man, it wouldn't be the first time biotechs use the genetic properties of a drug
right.
that is recreational, or some would say illegal, and then turn the genetics of it to
Yeah.
kind of a legal form.
But weed's still illegal in the majority of the country, guys. You know?
I mean, I don't want to really get into it, but that's kind of the same kind of crisis that we created with the opiates.
Yeah, 100%.
If we want to create another crisis, yeah, why not? Let's just go ahead and bring cocaine back in Coca-Cola.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
I'm sure Coke won't be mad.
that thing gets on the shelves, man. My nose is gonna be stopped up, dude. You know. Nah, honestly, I wouldn't do that.
No,
I don't know.
But you could watch, to see if LCI wants to get a rip from here. What you need to see is investment. If they're going to put out this news, you need to see an investment, and you're not seeing anything in LCI today. So I would not even pay attention to it, guys.
Yeah.
Now, if you saw 3 million shares traded pre-market, then you could pay attention to it.
Right.
But
Yeah,
it's
for
just
sure.
a fluff piece, guys.
Yeah.
It's trying to keep itself up.
Yeah.
It's trying to keep itself up. If you look at the daily chart, this is the kind of chart that it bounced back. It looked like it was going to 20, and it's probably really going back to 5.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting, man. I don't understand it. Like, I gotta look this up. So if you want to go
It's
over
like
some stuff, I'm gonna look it up. You got
it's like
anything
I
you're going
tell
over?
you.
Yeah.
It's common to see these kind of biotechs try to take the genetics of something else and turn it to something that they can use in benefit, let's say.
Yeah. I mean,
So-
I like Jonathan's take on it. He said make it all legal and let the Darwin effect lighten up the population 100%. And I'm a big proponent of that too. Like let it work. Like listen, it'll take it out. Yeah, survival of the fittest, That's what it is. It is what it
Let's not go
is,
into
man.
population control.
Right. My players Roku LK Bubber. Yeah, I got to look it up. So do you have anything you want to look at today?
Yeah, I'll go ahead. I'll look it up.
I'm gonna throw Mitch up, and I'm gonna
research
research into this. I'm gonna delve into this really quick, guys. So let me throw Mitch
John's
up.
blown away today, guys, as you guys can tell.
Yeah. Honestly,
Alright, guys.
I can't tell whether it's a troll post or not. That's what I can't tell.
Nah, I think it could be, it could be beneficial for the nose.
Yeah, I bet it can, man. All right.
Just making me laugh. Go clear that nose out.
Yeah, man.
Oh man.
It says common side effects:
What is that? What is a nose? A nasal spray company?
dizziness, nausea, nervousness,
Start shorting
unusual
nasal spray
feelings,
companies.
unusual feelings of well-being or restlessness.
All right, guys. Let's get into some stock action here, guys. I'll cover the ratings in a second. Let's just cover some of the news out here. Let's do some fun news. Well, the downside, you already heard about Five. Just holiday sales not being well for Five. But really what's going on, I've heard in Five Below, they're starting to sell things that are more than $5. So if you start doing the stuff like that, people might honestly start getting offended. If your company is named Five Below, you expect to go in there and find stuff $5 and below.
Okay, so I also your chart shows LCI, but I researched.
Oh no,
it.
yeah, I'm not even going through it.
Okay,
I'm just going over the news.
So I researched LCI. So this is what I have from it, right? So basically, it's a nasal solution for intranasal use only. Basically what they do with this, the way they use this is that they soak cotton balls with it and then they plug your nose with it so it numbs that area is what it really does. It's not meant to be. It's not a nasal spray. I don't think. Let me see.
No, it probably won't be a spray. It'll probably be something you.
Yeah, it's a nasal solution that you just
numb everything
numbs
out.
it up. Right. And this is specifically for surgeries. So yeah, I've heard that makes way more sense. I was gonna say like this is ridiculous, but that makes way more sense. Yeah.
It'll numb you out.
Yeah, I bet it will, man. I bet it works well too. Yeah, but yeah, that's what it does.
All right, guys. Moving on here, guys. Away from Five, we could look at kind of Activision getting a lot of options trading. This is from Benzinga. The 4 largest trades represent a net bullish bet of 1.14 million. A lot of people are buying up 60 strike price and 55s. So Activision, ATVI, you can watch for this one to try to get back above 60 and get up there to 65, maybe even clear this shadow up here to 63, making on its way to 65. I think what's very vital for it right now is getting back above 60. If we break this 58 on the downside, I think we can come on down, but I think we could make a push today also towards 60. So keep an eye on that one. Another one that I like, let's go ahead into some more news. We got some downgrades. The bank's earnings coming out this week, guys. That's really what's going to kick off earnings. It's the fourth quarter earnings. Downgrade right now is in Morgan Stanley. Upgrade in Goldman Sachs. I think Goldman Sachs is really what you're going to see kind of do well in the banks. If they have high trading volume or they do high trading revenue, I think those are the bank stocks that you're going to see do well. Just because the market has been in such a bullish run. And when the market is in such a bullish run, that's really where I've seen these kind of banks make their money, especially trading revenue. So I'm expecting great numbers from Goldman Sachs on the trading revenue, and that's what's going to continue this breakout in Goldman Sachs that you have. The breakout's from 230, and you can clearly see this one trying to make a way towards 250. I think tomorrow you could very much once the earnings come out, this could gap above 250 and start making its way towards 270. Another one that I'll be watching, this one I'm thinking on the downside is more JPM. JPM, we could see that extension that it just kind of did from October. It pushed up here towards 141s. The real key, I think, is going to be that 140. If we can get back above 138s and get into the 140s, I think we can get back above there, but it's showing signs of weakness and we could get a bad earnings report and knock us right back down towards 130. Another one that I'll be looking at is Bank of America and also Citigroup. These are stocks that are going to be reporting this week that have made great kind of extensions, and we're going to go ahead and see if they're going to go ahead and continue on the bull run or if the banks are going to start pulling back. One of the things that you can pay attention to, I think it's the XLF. Yes, XLF is the financial ETF here. And if you actually pull this back here, we're going to pull it back on a monthly chart to give us that kind of look. You look back here, guys, this is where we came down from in 2007, guys. So right before the major drop in the market, we were hitting numbers up here in the 30s, 80s. So I think what's really going to be vital is, are we going to get a triple top up here and the bank earnings are going to just completely destroy the ETF, bring it right back down towards 25? Or are we just going to get kind of good numbers and this is going to rip out towards 31 and 32? I think this is going to be very vital to watch this, guys, and see what happens in the XLF, as this has so many of those bank stocks and should move a little bit less volatile, and we could kind of see where the sector as a whole is heading. Guys, other than that, I can take a look at some biotech, see what's going on this week. We got a Medtronic buy, spinal cord stimulation. There's going to be a lot of biotechs getting news, releasing also kind of guidance, because there's a big JPM conference, and it's the healthcare conference. It's JP Morgan's kind of biggest conference for biotechs, and you're going to see a lot of them release kind of guidance and push them. So keep an eye on your biotechs. Some of the ones that I'd call out, are some of the ones that are moving already. As you guys heard, I won't be trading DERM, but this has been going through the roof. You got AUPH. You can watch. This one's been going through the roof. You can watch another one, Fate Technology. This one's been going through the roof. And so all these stocks, these biotechs, have really been going through the roof. Keep an eye on them, as they've been going to that conference and could release good data.
Yes, sir.
All right, other than that, that's going to be pretty much it. We could talk about Casper going IPO soon. They file for IPO, so look out for that IPO. Definitely going to be another one that I'm going to be looking to kind of maybe short right out the opening. One of the great things of TradeNet is that we can actually trade these IPOs, so we'll keep an eye on Casper.
Yep, and I can run right into the main stocks news today. Let me see if I can find the ETF preview. All right, so I have something. It's not the ETF preview. I don't know why it doesn't show me that, but I'll go ahead and read this. And this is from BG Newswires. And so it says, stocks in Asia, and this is all quoting. So, quote, stocks in Asia and the European Union surged Monday, with the United States and People's Republic of China set to sign the long-awaited first phase of their trade deal later this week. U.S. futures, too, pointed toward a higher open. And so that's the big news this morning, and that's end quote, again, from BZ Newswires. But yeah, the trade deal is expected to be signed on Wednesday. And so Wednesday that the trade deal is expected to be signed. Again, I think a lot of people are already averaged into these positions, and I think a lot of people front-loaded anticipating that the trade deal is done, because I'm pretty sure if the trade deal gets signed, our market's going to get a big spike, and I think everybody's kind of expecting that. We'll see if it actually happens or not. But I do think that's something that a lot of people are actually expecting here. So we also have we also have another one that, and this is again from BZ Newswires, and it says, quote, China's Lu arrives in the U.S. Monday, and President Trump is expected to sign the trade deal with Chinese Vice Premier Liu He on Wednesday, and Liu, who led the trade deal negotiations from the Chinese side, will arrive in the U.S. later Monday for a 3-day visit. And this is reported by Reuters, so we'll see what happens. That should be interesting. That does look like a positive sign that the trade deal is actually going to be signed today, or Wednesday, and so we'll be on the lookout for that. It also says the exact details of the trade deal have not yet been made public. Investors acted mainly on speculation over how favorable the terms of the agreement will be and when it will be signed. And so that is something to consider, that we don't really know the terms yet. And it is something to watch and kind of be on the lookout for. So also another thing that we can touch on today in the overall market is that tensions between the U.S. and Iran have dwindled down some. We reported on it back last week that President Trump at least reported that nobody was killed during the attack. At least no U.S. or Iranians were killed during the attack last week or the week before. And that is good news if nobody else was killed. We also had Iran said that was their final move on it unless we did something back to them, that they weren't going to respond anymore and they weren't going to attack us anymore, basically is what they said. And, we did say that it says, quote, Iran admitting that it accidentally shot down a Boeing 737 last week, and that killed all 176 people on board. The government's problems have shifted domestically with major protests across the country, and that is again by Reuters. It did cause a dip in the stock market, so we can look at some other stuff here. Let's see if we can find... We have NASDAQ 100 futures are up 50.51% to 9,024.25. Dow futures are up 0.42% at 28,887, and S&P futures are up 0.38%. Let's see if we can find what is going down with gold and some commodity news. Let me look that up. See if we can look that up real quick.
Let's do it.
Yep.
All right, guys. Most of my watch list is green.
Yeah, I had a lot of stuff up too. We had some down ones, but most of the stuff I was watching was green too. Let me see. All right, here's futures and commodities. All right, so I'm trying to make sure this is today, but I think it is. So yeah, I'm pretty sure this is today. So in oil, we are down 9 cents, 0.15%. Brent crude, we are down to $64.94, which is 0.04 cents, or basically 4 cents down, which is 0.06% downward move. Natural gas is up 0.001, which is 0.05%. RBOB gas is up 0.0037 cents, and that is 0.22% up. Gold is down $4.90, which is a 0.31% drop. Silver is down 5.5 cents, which is 0.3% drop. Platinum is down $3.40, which is a 0.34% drop, and copper is up 0.0155 cents, which is a 0.55% increase. Wheat is down, soybeans down, corn is up, sugar is up, coffee's down, cotton is up, cocoa is down, and let's see what else we got. The U.S. dollar is up 0.102% or 0.102 cents, which is 0.11% gain. And we got a lot of other interesting stuff here, but yeah, that's basically commodities for the day. We'll see how the market treats us this morning. Yeah, I'm not sure, man. I don't really read it, so I'm just assuming. What's the pronunciation? What's up, Ken? What's up, brother? What's up, Leo? What's up, Nathan? Edmund? Futures? Mr. Glitch? Jeffrey? What's up, brother? Shreep? What's up, man? Edmund? Relentless? What's up, bro? Daily? The Best? What's up, team? How y'all doing today? Hope everyone is doing well.
What's going on,
yeah, guys? All right, team. Let's do this. Should be a fun day.
All right, guys, we got over 190 people watching right now.
Yes, sir.
Only less than 30 likes. Let's go ahead and juice that up a little bit.
Yes, sir.
Let's go ahead. If you guys like going over the news, you guys like us actually reviewing some stocks, definitely hit the like button. I definitely appreciate it.
Of course, man. Yeah, y'all hit that sub button. Let's do this, team. Let's keep growing.
All right, guys. So Jim talking about expecting JPM to be down tomorrow in earnings. Jim, rewind it a little bit. I'm thinking the same with you. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, man.
That one has a good pullback towards 120 or a rip out through the 140s. But yeah. I think, the banks kind of led this breakout in kind of the sector overall. And I think it's kind of been a front runner, and now it's going to start pulling back a little bit. So We'll see what happens with those.
Hey, well, we love you too, expressions. What's up, Bryke? I said Bryke. I was reading a mix between Brock and Liked. So what's up, Brock? Appreciate the like, man.
Can we get to 100? Look at those likes jumping, guys.
Look at them.
Can
Boom.
we get to it?
Oh, we can. We will. And we have. You know.
Boom, boom. I'm trying to get to 100 before market open. Where were you guys at?
But yeah, my main watches today, guys. MBOT and AMRN. MBOT
Dude,
and AMRN.
That
Both look
MBOT, man, I was watching it for 3 days, man. 3 days.
Big
Day
spread.
4, it breaks out.
Yeah. Honestly, the biggest reason I haven't traded this one as much as I should is the spread. The spread's large, which means it's usually a low float stock. Let's look at the float.
I would have bought this one on Friday for sure if I would have seen it breaking out. This one's been hanging out on the daily support for 3 days. And when it does that, you can just, any kind of momentum, get it up there.
Yeah, the float is 3.9 million, so tiny float relative to the price. So a very small float overall for this stock. So that's the problem. That's good and bad. That means it moves, but it also means the float is small. So it's a low floater. Not really what I usually trade, and so we'll see. We'll keep an eye on it. I'm gonna watch it, but I also think that I need to wait a little while before getting into some trades. I think that I kind of reviewed. We did put out a member video this weekend. And I kind of reviewed my trader view stats, and this is my stats lately. Like, this is my chart. It's sideways. You know, this is my action lately. It's just been sideways for the last month, and that's mostly due to me scaling down in size. But one thing I kind of have to look at here is performance by the hour of the day, and I do so much better at this 11 o'clock, 10 and 11 o'clock time. If I try to get in before 9, it's just worse, and so I do have to be weary of that. And that's one of the big things that we looked at. But yeah, go check it out, guys. We did put out a video for our members specifically. And so if you want to become a member, you know, you can check it out. We review our stats there. MBOT, yep. So what's up, team? We got 5 minutes. Let's do this, team. Let's do it. So what's everybody else's main watch today? Like I said, I think mine's probably AMRN and MBOT. I think these two look the best. We got a few other pennies that are moving. I'm also, again, I'm holding a put option on TIRL, and it is dropping some. I do need it to drop under 250 though. I need it under this level. If it drops under that level, I can jump out of it and take some profits, and so that's what I'm ultimately looking for here. What's up, Mr. Respect? What's up, brother? DDD and SPCE. Yeah, I saw those this morning. DDDE, actually DDD looks good. Maybe I'll go over the news in this one really quick because this one does look good. I missed this one this morning. Appreciate it, Mr. Respect. So this is 3D Systems and Coal Plant Techs join forces to accelerate breakthrough in regenerative medicine. So yeah, basically a partner up with DDD. DDD. I don't know why I can't say that, but yeah, that's basically what's going on. Is a deal made between another company for them working together for this one. So we'll see what happens with it. It's worth a watch, I think, as well. VRNA and FCEL because of earnings. Ooh, look at VRNA. Yeah, this is worth a watch as well. I missed this one too. Appreciate that, Jonathan. Yeah, look at VRNA. Definitely worth a watch. I would say I would buy a put option if it didn't fall so much already on this one. So this one is up on positive top-line results for VRNA, and I can go ahead and quote this. And again, this is from Dow Jones Newswires. It says they're up after they saw positive top-line data from a study evaluating nubilized esteferin as an add-on treatment to tiotropium Spiriva Respimat in patients with moderate to severe chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, end quote. And again, that is from Dow Jones Newswire. So positive top-line results for VRNA. It's definitely worth a watch. Looks pretty volatile here as well for VRNA, and so we're definitely going to keep an eye on that one. FCEL just getting hammered here. Breaking under pre-market lows. Big float, I think, with this one. And it's worth a watch, but it's not my favorite one. But I definitely appreciate you bringing attention to VRNA, because I think VRNA is a big move. It's worth a watch for sure. If it can move up there to 950, I might buy a little put option on it, but we'll see if it even sells any. But yeah, guys, we got 3 minutes. Let's do this. Yeah, no options on Robinhood, unfortunately. All right, guys. So let's get everything squared away and ready. Get ready to trade the open. Like you guys saw, I did rebound on Friday. I did rebound nicely. I got into multiple green trades. I recorded it all and put a video. You can even see the kind of you can even see the recording of it here if you guys want. I can run through it really quick. Let me find it. I think this is it. But yeah, basically you can see I was down about $200 on the day. And you can see it's just got hammered here, but I scaled in and out multiple times. Was able to fight all the way back. You can see I even clipped the pictures in this video. And then I was able to, in green, brought myself up to $20 in profit. And was able to actually do it.
Guys? What can I say? I think I was dead on Tesla, man. I say pull back to 475, measurable. Where did Tesla go? I said, where's it going after that 475? 500.
$500 magnet is what you said, I think.
I've been calling it out, man. $500 magnet. I was calling it out at 450s. Yep. This is going through 500, man. It just did a measured pullback. 3 days, triple top there at 498s. Today, you should look for that 498s to rip.
Yeah, man, it looks good, bro. It looks good. I think we're gonna have some options today. I think the volume looks okay. We got about a minute left, team, but we got some options to watch today. I think it's not looking that bad. What's up, John Johnson? What's up, man? Yosemite, Renee, Junior. What's up, team? How you doing, Junior? Hope you're doing well, bro. I had a rough day at work, but there's no better cure than Biggie Smalls and beginner trading. Yes, sir. Alright, guys. So AMD, MU, Tesla is dead to me. I know Mitch likes it. I just don't trade it anymore.
I won't trade it, guys. I don't have the money to trade it. I wish.
The first hour is terrible. If I can wait and have patience after that, that's when it looks good, I think. But that first hour has just been rough for me. I just haven't been performing well on it. And I think whenever that happens, I got to just be real about my results and not force anything from it. But we got enough stuff to watch. We got 15 seconds, team, so let's do this. Here we go.
All right, guys.
Here's the bell.
You can do this, guys.
What's up, Buzz? Remember, guys, hit that subscribe button. We day trade the open live every weekday morning for free right here, showing our account balance, everything. So hit that sub button. Let's do this. There's the bell. I'm going to put on some jazz for the open.
All right, seeing already a nice drop there in CRWD. This has a triple top at 58. So I'm liking it. We'll keep an eye on it for the fade.
Yeah, AMD popping up to 48.67s. Roku ripping up past pre-market high. And so Roku ripping up here. You can check this one out. Big move. Big candle so far in Roku. Look at this move. So some big candles. Big pullback here already. So it broke above the pre-market high. But look how volatile Roku. Whoa, what is... There we go. Look how volatile Roku is. It's up to 130.50 right now, so we'll see what happens. MBOT moving up. AMD spiked up originally. Same thing with the MU, but none of them are really holding it yet. SPY is testing, breaking over the VWAP. There goes LK rip. Look at LK rip up here. Big rip in LK up to 44.75. So big move there.
Look for the pullback in that one. That one loves to do it. So
yep.
I'll look for it.
MBOT.
Full back, I'll take it.
Yeah, for sure. MBOT trying to push up here. MU sideways, AMD sideways, AMRN sideways. So we're going to wait and get some action here. I think I need to be... There goes the SPY actually dive all the way and break the lows of the day. And so the SPY actually just ripped down here. The SPY actually broke down here. So we'll see what happens. But there's the move in the SPY. So the SPY's ripping down. We'll see if it holds down there or not. But I think that's worth a watch. Yeah, mine is too, Vinny, honestly.
All right. Looking for a pullback to 44.40s here for LK. Risk would be 44.20s here. Order is out and sitting.
Yeah, that one looks good. If it could pull back to the VWAP, it's going to do that same kind of pre-market high. Where the pre-market high and the VWAP line up right around each other. Look at this. It's almost exactly at that same level. Man, my thinkorswim's acting glitchy as well. Weird. Look at the pre-market high and the VWAP being right there. So I might consider LK too. SPY's actually crashing down here though. The SPY's down to 326.20. LK is just making a huge rip. This one's been running the last few days. Just making some big moves. Yeah, look at the SPY. SPY's actually diving down here. This is gonna affect where that support level is for LK, so I might wait and see what happens with it. But the pre-market high is not really gonna be right where the VWAP is anymore. But yeah, SPY's ripping down. I don't know, man. I haven't had the best results with fades lately. I think if I do wait for fades, it's gonna be later fades with fake out potential, where we get the fake out fade a little bit more. I think that's really what I'm ideally looking for.
All right, EMP8's looking good here. Need to bounce towards 3090s.
All right, Trill looking good. Trill's at 260s here. If we can get under 250, I can probably take some profits, hopefully. I'm going to look at AMD and MU here. See if we get a pullback in those. MBOT breaking lows here as well. But yeah, the SPY is dropping. So something to consider. SPY's dropping pretty big. I might look at MU some here.
I'm looking for EMPs to come back, guys. I have an order out sitting at 3086.
You looking for a bounce or a fade?
I'm looking for a fade on that one.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking for a fade in MU if we can get up to 5703 or so.
CGC at that fade spot also.
Yeah, I
there's a substantial amount of volume at the open. I didn't like that drop enough to go after it, but AMRN is probably the best one right now.
I'm looking at MU. It's not looking terrible. If I could scale in a little bit more. All right, I'm in with, I got in with 100 shares, but this thing's just squeezing up big. I think I got to get out of this. I don't want to get caught in that red to green squeeze. So I got out for a $7 loss. That squeeze just happened very, very quick for MU. So we're going to look at a few other things here.
All right, another one breaking out, guys. Chewy, I'll look for a pullback in that one. CRWD hanging out at VWAP. Risk right now is a 10-cent risk, but you got to be careful with that one.
Look at AMD just tank here.
I am trying to get filled here in AMPH, but I have an order out at 86. Might not get filled here. I'm canceling the order, trying to get in here. I want 83s or 85s.
Tesla broke 500. Hey, you see Tesla, Mitch?
I had that feeling. I mean,
hey,
it's just clear. It's clear as day.
Let's bring it up to 100 likes, guys. We got 75 right now. Let's bring it up to 100. Let's do it. We need 25 more, team.
All right, spread opening up here in EMPH. Got to be careful here. It keeps showing 3090s on the ask and 3081 on the bid.
All right, AMD starting to pull back here. If I get in at 50, I could set a risk level of 60 for AMD. It's just a big climb up here at this point, though. That's the biggest issue.
Trying to get 80s here. 80s, 85s here. Keep showing up the 90s. There you go. Look, it's at 95 now. That's why I didn't want to get it, guys. The spread opened up way too big. It opened up more than 15 cents there. And I mean, for a profit that's only going to be 20 cents, you never want to get in a range that has 20 cents.
I'm in AMD here, just with 100 shares, just because it's popping up very quick. My risk is 60, so I'm not risking very much at all. But big move here for AMD and a lot of volatility, really. The SPY's pulling back some.
Looking for a big pullback here in LK towards 44.80s. I wanted to actually get below VWAP.
A win at 25 at this low of the day is what I'm shooting for AMD. So I'm going with small shares, giving myself a little bit looser of a risk area.
MBOT for fade. I'll look for that one. Need 512s to risk off of 1538. So it's a big risk there.
Killer, I like the jazz, bro. I'm sorry, man. I'm leaving the jazz up. It helps me relax. So sorry, bro. I gotta be careful for a red to green move here for AMD. The SPY is pulling back to the VWAP big, and so I do have to watch for that. I'm very small so far, because one thing I realized with my stats is that I would trade way better later on, which I already kind of knew. But with that, I should probably put a little bit more discipline on those opening trades. And I don't think I should trade big at the open. I think I should wait, take my swings later in the morning. All right, so we are
guys,
getting
still
a
looking at
squeeze
that
here.
EMPH. Rejected 90s pretty well there.
All right, there goes AMD. Like I said, I got to be worried here because the SPY is just ripping up. I think I'm going to
Just
jump out
shorted
here.
here, guys. Just shorted here, risking off of 93s.
Yeah,
Anything
there you go.
above 93s, I'll get out. Need to re-share here. Hold on a second.
Yeah, you got to put your window up.
There you go, guys. Anything above 95s or 93s, get out. So we got a top here. Want that top to hold.
There you go. Maybe AMD faked me out. The SPY might pull a fade, but I think the pullback was a little bit too big.
Okay, never pulled back to the limit. I'll look for MU pullback VWAP. That's
Yeah.
a red to green.
Yeah, I like that VWAP bounce on that one. That one's the one that faked me out, or that
Alright,
that
guys.
failed, the fade.
About to
But
get-
it looks good.
Ooh, great rejection there. Off 95s. So just holding off 95s right now, guys. This EMPH just got to hold right here. If not, it's going to get us a good down move here.
Ooh, Trill is tanking. Let's see if it keeps tanking. We get a low of the day crack here in Trill. We're almost below my my strike price. Let's see if we can do it. SPY's back up there testing those highs. Right around kind of where a fade would be.
Got to really be careful here with the EMPH. There you go. I like that last rejection right there. That's the third high.
All right, there goes TRIL breaking down, which looks good. If we can get it under. All right, there's my strike price. My strike price is 250. I could look for a fake out fade now for AMD, although I did get faked out once already. Ah, man, you know what? It hurts because I can feel the emotion, right? So if you look at AMD, my risk was 48.60. Where did it reject? 48.60, which means I just jumped out too early, unfortunately. It's okay, though. I'm looking at MU for the bounce play. I did agree with that one. I think that one looks good. We'll try to take that one.
All right, here's a first drop in EMPH to see if we can get a crack through these 80s here and start going down to the 3070s and the 3060s. There you go, good crack there. Wanted to take more shares on this one and kind of jump on it big, but tried to remind myself, stick to the process, Mitch. The process is not to size up big. The process is to continue getting these base hits each and every day, coming in and repeating the process. That's how quickly your emotions can lead you towards the opposite way.
Yep, 100%.
So just got to respect yourself and understand that you're not here for big time gains. You're here for that process.
Yep. So I jumped in MU.
AMD looking good for a fade.
Yeah, it's a fake out fade. I got faked out at that 48.60 level. I'm in MU for a bounce position. I got to be a little careful, though, because if it does bounce, I mean, the market's pulling down. And so I think I got stopped out of AMD by like 1 cent, unfortunately. But it's okay.
I like
Just
that
got
MU trade.
to work on my discipline a little bit. But
Good
TRIL's
job.
tanking here, which is great. Let's see if we can get the price to move up. Man, how does my price not move up with this huge downward move in TRIL? That's why I hate options. They're so fickle, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here goes the SPY.
100%.
Yeah, here goes the SPY tank here. That might affect my MU long position. So I got to be careful. I'm only in with 100 shares, though.
All right, guys. Now we're breaking down, looking great here. Gonna look to take a profit here. I'm gonna take majority off this crack here through the 70s into the 60s.
How is my trail trade not up some? There it goes. It's $25. Okay, that's better. So it's up a little bit. Alright.
Looking for 65s right here. Gonna take it if I get 65s.
Beautiful bounce in MU. Oh my gosh, man. I caught the freaking pullback, man. Oh, that hurts. Oh, man. It was turning out beautifully, too. I just looked at it at the last second. I was paying attention to Trill. And MU got right up there to the highs, unfortunately. I was able to take profits once, and so it's not going to be a losing trade. But, man, I missed the top there. Unfortunate, but that's okay. Quick rejection here for MU. So I was able to take some off there, but quick rejection. Look at the SPY, though. This is due to the SPY. Look at the SPY. Quick rebound.
All right, guys, just covered a little bit there. Just covered a little bit on that down move into the 68s. Wanted 65, but didn't want to get picky. 3 cents. It's at the bottom of the range for the day. Don't get picky there. Take the profit. Let the rest of the trade work. Setting it break even right now on a stop, and I'm just going to let it keep working, guys.
All right, so at least MU's back up there. I'm still holding a very small position, but I think this is due to the SPY ripping. I'm just going to hold. See if we get a larger move up there. Let this work. See if we can break that 57.40. Price target on the rest is 57.50. Hopefully we can get that. Here's the fake out fade potential in AMD too. It's just about whether I want to jump in if it does do that.
All right, guys, I already captured $24 on that trade. Here's that 65s that I was thinking about that could potentially bounce. And so I'm at VWAP now, guys. So I just got to pay attention to the trade. It could just break down here, could bounce to VWAP here. MBOT coming back. That one looks interesting for me. Chewy at VWAP looks good. The MU looked like it worked out, man.
Yeah, it worked out okay. I had 100 shares. I'm trading small because like I said, we did put out a member video where we reviewed our stats, and one of the big eye-opening things was actually how much better I did later on in the morning.
Lucky.
And so I think, you know, I have to trade small at the beginning, even though I'm scaling up, and just kind of be prepared to scale up in size at around 11 o'clock market time, 10:30, 11 o'clock market time, because that, per my stats, that's what my stats showed me, was that I do so much better later on. And so I got to just kind of trade small and maybe take some swings so I don't get too antsy here, or maybe take a few trades so I don't get too antsy, but just trade small, have discipline that first few minutes during the open.
Boom, guys. Nailing down this, guys. If it goes through the 30-50s, we should break down through the 30-40s. So let's see what happens here. We get slammed through the 50s here. Go. Nice fade, man. I haven't gotten one of these in a little while. What I liked about EMPH is at the top of the daily chart. And that's why this pullback kind of happened here. Doesn't mean it's going to continuously break down for the rest of the week, but it will give us a small pullback here. Lucky, I'm going to expect this one to break down towards the 45. Right now, I'm looking for 44, 84s, no matter what to hold on a pullback. I'm watching it on a 5-minute, pulling back towards the 9 EMA.
Here goes MU. MU's breaking highs here, so I'm still holding that 50 shares. Looking really good for the VWAP bounce setup. Probably going to jump out. Like I said, my price target with this is probably 57.50 or so, if we could get up there. But I'm not going to be too strict with that, and I'm just going to try to get a decent amount of profit here and move on with my trading day. Just because, again, the first hour is usually okay, but I just tend to perform so much better later on in the day. So that's what we're going to wait on here. The market's actually ripping up here too, and so I think MU could keep heading up. A
really interesting one is AMD. It's doing the third resistance test there and could either break out here towards the 48.70s or break down from that point towards the 48.30s. See what the daily chart gives us. Daily chart says, at least from my eyes, a technical hold here at support and maybe a rip out back to 49s.
There goes TRIL, which is my put option. It's still okay. It's down, but it looks to be.
All right, guys.
some
One
strength.
penny stock that's moving fast, guys. Sogo. Sogo got an upgrade today. I was gonna keep an eye on it. Had an alert to alert me through the 520s. Take a look at this daily chart, guys, and you guys will see why I think this one can continue moving. Sogo.
Yeah, I've traded Sogo before. I think it's been a while, but I've traded it before. I think. I think it moves if I remember correctly. It's been at least a few months since I traded it, though. Let me look at it. All right, there we go. Breaking highs of the day for MU. Looking good. It's up to 43s.
All right, guys. This looks like it doesn't want to break the 50s right here. We're just gonna go ahead and take the profit here. $33 on the first trade. Let's keep moving. Let's keep trading.
Good work, brother. Good job.
There's that LK huge pull back there. Huge.
All right, so I'm gonna pull
Too
up
big
mine.
to even take the trade.
So I'm in MU here, and you can see it's ripping up. Like I said, my price target with this one is roughly the 50s. But I'm trading small that first hour, and so I'm only in with 50 shares now. We're gonna try to let this one move, but it's testing those highs of the day. And again, if we get up to 57.50, I'll probably take the rest off. But I'm about break even on the day so far. We get another rejection under 39. I'm just gonna take that off too, and just keep my profit. But we'll let it work a little bit here. I think the big thing to watch with this is the overall market, which is about to start testing that red to green level. So that's what we're looking at here with this one. Let me see. Alright, I'm out. I'm going to go ahead and get out the rest there. So yeah, about break even on the day, but a nice little green trade on MU. We'll continue moving here. MBOT's going back to the VWAP some here as well. That one might be worth a watch. It just depends. The SPY's not CGC pulling back to the VWAP. The SPY's actually kind of going green.
We missed that little spike in MBOT. I would have tried to take in that. I was looking for 1512s, but it did a spike one. I think from here it's either going to push up or just break down.
Look at CGC. CGC's right at the VWAP.
Oh, I'm watching that one.
With the risk of 39.40, maybe. That's the big thing I'm watching with it. Maybe 45 too. Let's see if we get a good entry and I can just trade small on it.
All right, guys, we got a hold here in Lucky. I'm going to look for one more down move here. We got one down move, two down moves, three down moves, double bottom there in the 69-60s area. So I'm going to look for another pull down towards the 70 here. If it triple bottoms and starts pulling its way back up, I could take a trade on this one. There's a lot of volume in here. Just got to be careful. AMD, let's see what happens with that one. Let me keep an eye on that one too. That one looks good. Looks like we got another high there created here. So right now 40-60s would be the risk on the upside. It's creating what's called a symmetrical triangle pattern where it looks kind of even. It looks like it's kind of in the middle of the chart. AMRN breaking out there, guys. I'll look for that VWAP bounce. Red to green move on AMRN would be at $19.96 or $20.
Yeah, that one did look strong.
Yep, looking for $20. 20 would be the entry for me. Risk would be down towards 85s. 15-cent risk. We'll look for 200 shares.
Yeah, George, man, everything I'm saying is subjective. So when I say something's ripping up or breaking down, I'm just looking at that first candle, whether it's moving up or down. But yeah, it's all subjective, man. Don't just try to disagree. Don't just sit there and just wait to disagree, brother.
Looking for pullbacks. There's AMD trying to the top of the range here.
CGC, this one's working out well. I jumped in with 100 shares, just kind of little toy trade. Feeler trade, if you will, and we'll see what happens with that.
All right, paying attention towards that third reject there in AMD. Getting interesting for the VWAP reject. fade, but we'll see. I think that needs to make this high here, close it, pull down, try again towards 58, not get above 48.60s, and then crack down.
Yeah, so
That's
I just
my idea
added
for it.
I added another 100 shares to CGC here. I think I can risk off of 40, but I can keep it a pretty tight risk there, and I can probably let it test some as well to keep my risk pretty small here. Again, I usually perform a little bit better later on in the morning, so I'm trying to do what I can to keep my risk small, and that includes letting it test that 2040 previous high right there. Hopefully we get a rejection, but if it breaks, it's fine, and it's still going to be a very small trade overall.
Here you go, third rejection there, 48.60s. All right, guys. This candle closes not above 48.60s, and I might short off of that.
All right, CGC ripping up. It's testing that 40 level, like I said, which is my big risk. I can let it test, but we're keeping it small today. We're going to let it work. There's 39s. If we get a rejection here, that's definitely ideal.
58
we gotta be
here,
careful.
I'll short. Order off for 58 to short AMD.
But it's so close to my risk, I got to have my hand over the cover button with this one.
Can I get a pop here to 58s?
There's 42s. Again, I can let it test here, but I got to be pretty strict with it. If it does break any stronger here.
All right, be careful. AMD pushing up there really quickly. Let's see if it rejects 60 here.
All right, I'm out. Got out of there. Just broke it a little bit too much, but still keeping it very small. Let me throw Mitch up if Mitch is in something.
All right, short in there off 60s. Above 60s, I just get out. Anything above 60s, I'm just going to get out. I'm going to do a really tight risk to reward trade here. 3-cent risk here, guys. Anything above 60s, 61s, just hit the out button.
I mean, I'm most of the time I'll trade Jerome. I think it really depends, though. I think with my style of trading being a little bit more active, I'm going to find at least one trade every day. I think it all depends. Everybody has their own different style of trading, right? Like you have different preferences and a different kind of niche. I'm a more active trader for sure, and I scalp and take very short-term trades a little bit more often. And so I'm usually going to find stuff to trade.
Out.
Mitch actually has days where he doesn't
Quick in
trade.
and out, guys. Quick in and out there. Got to be smart there. Now that's a breakout. Don't fight it. I'm okay with losing $12 there.
Vinny says, Roku gonna fake everybody out and pass through this VWAP. Quote me on that. Yeah. Yeah, MBOT doesn't look bad. I had to jump out. We're
Okay.
getting some squeezes up right now. Like CGC squeezed up. Glad I got out of that one. AMD squeezing up. SPY breaking highs.
I need to
Trail
keep an
breaking
eye on
highs.
OK, man. I call this one to the T. This one double, triple bottom. Where, guys? 44.70.
Let's see. Somebody's talking about Roku. But yeah, most of the stuff's moving up now, I think. The market's starting to head up. The SPY is still testing that high, and we have like a quadruple top at 326.50. But everything else is just squeezing up. I think it's anticipating that move. AMRN, if it pulls back to 2008, I might consider a long on that one. But we're going to wait for that too. Trill, it looks like my options are going to go down, which is okay. Somebody's talking about Roku. Yeah, Roku. Let me see. Oh, there goes CGC. Glad I got out of that one. Kind of goes to show, like, fades. Now, first fade on AMD worked really well, but after that, it didn't work super well for me. Most stuff, a lot of stuff, from what I'm seeing, is bounces have been working way better than fades in this market, for sure. And so I think I need to change my plan. Luckily, I'm keeping it very small that first hour, but we still got time. There's the SPY breaking the highs of the day. So the SPY actually just broke over the highs and just broke highs of the day now.
EMPH squeezing, guys.
Yeah, so the SPY just broke the high of the day. I'm sure it's going to drag a lot of these other stocks up, but there goes the SPY. It's at the 326.60.
Look for a VWAP bounce play here, and EMPH, guys, down to 30.80s.
So at this point, with the market squeezing up and with most stocks squeezing up, I am just going to look for either fake out fades or VWAP bounces. I'm not going to look for conventional fades. Not really loving how those have been turning out the last month or so. MU still ripping up. If we can get a pullback in MU, it might be that VWAP bounce setup that we always talk about, where the pre-market high and the VWAP line up. The pre-market high is at 57.18, and if we get that, we can either use that as a risk, or if that lines up. Honestly, with MU, there it was, that first move this morning, so at least I took that, but gonna wait. And again, usually I perform a little bit better later on in the morning, so I think that's something I gotta focus on here as well, is just being patient enough to wait till my ideal time as a trader. I'm watching Roku, Vinny. We'll see if it does what you said. Let me see. He was short, Renee, at AMD. Yeah, I mean, Roku faked everybody out at least. It depends on what you would consider a fake out, but it is above the VWAP now, Vinny, so you were kind of right on that one. And remember, guys, we're at 83 likes. Let's bring this number up to 100 likes, guys. Come on, we need 17 more likes. That should be easy, guys. Hit that like button, guys. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, but click the like button. Show support for what we do here. And we just put this free content. We are not experts. We are not gurus. We just let people watch us trade for free. And so hit that like button, guys. We're at 83 likes. I'd love to bring it up to 100. So if you can, hit that like button if you haven't already. We'll get it over 100, trust me. But let's do it early, guys. Let's break 100 early. You Americans keep talking. I don't know, man. I don't like any politician, bro.
Twitter on the third try there. Definitely interesting, but small range there.
Yeah, I didn't mind that first fade. This one, it's like, you know, if it puts in a range, it looks okay down to like 32.70. But yeah, like you said, small range.
Yeah, just too small. I wouldn't really want to attack that on breakout potential.
I'm looking at AMRN. I do like AMRN here.
I like Chewy for pullback here and VWAP, but it's so slow.
I mean, there goes Twitter. Didn't look bad. It's just like you said, the range is the biggest factor. There you go, yeah. Over 100. There we go. Hey, appreciate it, guys. We did it. We broke over 100. We got 107 likes. That was easy. Thank you guys for hitting that like button, team. We got the new Mitch emoji. Check it out.
All right, pullback here, probably coming in towards the 44.60s here for LK. AMRN's been ripping, man. Wish I would have been able to get that one earlier, but no pullback on that one. No chance to grab it. Just let it go.
Yeah, I was waiting for that.
The same thing.
I was waiting for that 2017 pullback on AMRN. Just never got it. Really, wherever the VWAP was, if we could get that, I would consider it, but we just never got it. Yeah.
Looking for CGC to pull back? Nope, no pullback in there either.
Yeah. Well, market just broke highs, and I think that's dictating a lot of this. So I think I gotta just be patient and just wait. I know we'll get some stuff, but for now, I got out of CGC on my short trade for the fade, and that was a really good exit. I got out at like 43, so perfect exit there right before that rip. Same thing with a few other ones today too. So I've been getting out early and keeping it small, which I'm happy with for the most part. Hey, what's up? What's up, Gifford? What's up, man? Really enjoyed the news. Hey, nice, man. Yeah, it was fun, man. It was fun. Like I said, MU's pulling back. That might be worth a watch. But yeah, my son had his birthday party this weekend. It was super heartbreaking, though, because all the kids were late, and my son's at his birthday party, and my son just looks at me and goes, "Daddy, nobody's going to show up. Nobody's going to come. Nobody's going to show up." And I was just like, my heart broke. I was sitting there inside thinking, all these RSVPs better show up. I'm going to rage out on everybody, you know. Not my son, dude. It was heartbreaking, because then they had that social media post this year about the little boy that had the birthday party and, like, no kids showed up. He was just by himself. And it's like, as a parent, my heart just breaks, man. And so luckily, all the kids showed up and they were running around like a little gang of kids at the trampoline park, and so it was fun. It worked out, but man.
Lucky looking good, guys. I'm looking for one more pullback in that one. Head towards here and break out, but could break out from right here.
AMD ripping. Yeah, AMD is ripping up. AMD pulled a red to green move just now when the market did, and it looks solid. It looks solid. It's worth a watch, I think. MU looks okay. We just need a bigger pullback. Same thing with AMRN. Watching AMRN, MU, maybe AMD. I don't like AMD for the bounce play as much, just because it had a little bit choppier action this morning. But we're watching it. Roku, I was kind of looking at that, but it's too late. I go watch Netflix and Tesla. Look, the day that I hate Tesla, look at Tesla today. The perfect VWAP bounce there. The beautiful VWAP bounce on Tesla. So Tesla actually worked this morning for the bounce, believe it or not. Unfortunate, you know.
An interesting one trading big today, guys, is JD. JD doesn't move this much for it to be trading this much. I know I had a catalyst, but definitely moving a substantial amount.
Yeah, for sure. LCI just got hammered. Oh, NVTA was another one I was watching. That one's ripping up too. Just waiting on, not really any entries right now for me. Just waiting. Alright, here goes MU. MU's pulling more and more back. If I could start to get in at like 35, I would prefer that. We're at 53s now. I do think we have some support here at 57.50, so the pre-market or the $half support there, and I do think that's considerable. But we'll wait and see. Market pulling back some, so that might drag everything else down too. Yeah, Tesla's ripping up though, man. The bounce was solid.
Hey John, take a look at your Discord.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm getting hit with something.
Yeah. What's it saying?
It's making a whole bunch of windows pop up. Straight spyware.
Oh, well then turn your computer off, man. You know? I wouldn't risk it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna at least close TEFs.
Yeah. Well, more than that, I would, whenever you get hit, unplugging your computer so they can't have access to it is probably what I would do. And it's okay, we'll still be here if you turn it back on, but that's what I would do. Because if you leave it on, you know, that's them getting access to all your stuff. You know.
Yeah, I need to get into the task manager and watch the details. I'll let me know.
Hey, appreciate the sub, Adele. Thank you, bro. Appreciate the sub, man. Appreciate all the new subs today. We did get a few. We got Reed, Sam, Mr. Adele. Appreciate the subs, guys. Like I said, hit that subscribe button if you haven't. Click the bell. You know, we go live every weekday morning for free right here, so do it if you haven't already. There's the SPY pulling back. That might kind of affect everything else here. Yeah, this is my sad song, Father Jerry. This is my sad song, you know. I always joke, if I was in a losing trade with this song, it would be the saddest trade ever. BYND ripping? Check it out. AMRN starting to pull back. Looking better and better here. We're going to look for a pullback to some of these areas.
LK ripping out there, guys.
Sogo, CTC. Yeah, I'm watching CTC. I'm also looking at I'm also looking at AMRN here. If we can get a pullback to AMRN, it looks good, but you know, we're gonna wait. Big range, but I don't hate it at all, and we might actually start to jump in with like 50 shares of MU just to front load onto this a little bit here, or no, AMRN. Here we go. Start loading into it a little bit here, and with 50 shares, if it keeps dropping, we can just add more down to this 23, 24 level. There's 40s. Like I said, we get down to 37s again. I might add a little bit more. The range isn't bad on MU, and I am jumping in a little bit early here. ACB, CTC. Yeah, I'm looking at all of these. We're getting a lot of pullbacks just because the market pulled back some. CTC, the interesting level is we have that previous closing price at like 54, and so if CTC pulls back there, it's an interesting level to see if it starts to like test that. So yeah, here's the bounce at MU. Let's see if we get a better bounce here. We'll jump in with another 50 shares and see if we can get a nice little bounce here for MU, but I think we got some time and some room for AMRN. Alright, there's the SPY actually coming back down some more here, and it's actually back below that previous close level. And so we do have to be concerned about that, I think, just because the SPY usually drags all the other mid and high cap stocks down for the most part. And so we do got to be a little weary of that. The SPY is down to 326.50 and it is moving kind of down. Alright, so we are getting a downward move here. We're at 41. I'm in with 100 shares, so it's still a very small position. And we're just going to look for a move back up to these highs if AMRN can get up there. We're in with a small share size. Yeah, there's 48. Looking good. Small position, though, for AMRN. We might run into some resistance here though at 2050. That's the $0.50. That's usually a pretty strong resistance level. Nice little pop up here for this one though. We'll give it a little bit more time, but not a bad little move here. Maybe I should have taken some off there. There's 55s. I'm anticipating a hold over the $0.50 here. That's what I really like to see, honestly. Watching the bid too. There's the SPY bouncing, so that's good. Oh, never mind. Okay, so we're getting a rejection and a pullback here. Sorry, I'm talking to Mitch about stuff, so I'm not really paying attention to MU, or AMRN, but yeah, we got a big, I don't mind adding some more to this one down to 26, so I can scale into this one, but frustrating. Just not really focusing on that trade, and I guess that's how it goes. What's up, Cape Gifford? Yeah, I think this is also due to the big pullback in the SPY right now. The SPY's actually ripping down here, and what we're getting today, guys, is we're getting the SPY not really picking a direction. You know, it's going up to the highs and back down to the lows, but it's just kind of crossing over and under the VWAP, which makes it a little bit worse to trade, I think. A little bit harder to trade, and it just means that it's not necessarily picking a trend. Now, luckily with AMRN here, I'm still well below. I jumped in a little bit early, and so I still have some opportunity to scale into this one, but I do have to watch the overall market because, you know, one thing that's very true in stock trading is that most stocks follow the market, at least especially most mid and high cap stocks like AMRN, and so with that, I really need to keep an eye on what the overall market is doing because that usually is going to influence what my trade here is going to do, and that's exactly what's going down. So you can see AMRN, the market's squeezing down and AMRN is squeezing down. Now, like I said, I did jump in early enough to not be super concerned, and I have a decent enough entry to where I you know, my P&L's fluctuating $10, so it's not that serious at all. But I do need to follow the overall market and you know, try to take my ads at the ideal spot if I can, at the most ideal spot. Alright, getting a little bit better. SPY rebounding, which is good. Kind of wish I would have added to this one. Let me change the song. I know. Yeah, so Mitch restarted his computer because he was getting some spyware. All right, so we're back up. We're kind of consolidating. Yeah, I like this one, Seth. This is a dope song. This is like my favorite song I have on these lists is this song. Yeah, I think Mitch ran a scan and everything. He said everything in Mitch's computer is working okay, according to the scan. I'm going to add another 50 shares here. Like I said, I'm trying to kind of slowly scale into this position, and my risk here is about 11, so we'll see what happens. And there's 22s. Not the best move, obviously, here, but we're going to add one more lot of 50 shares and then keep my risk, again, at about 11 or you know, maybe around there. But luckily enough, I kept everything pretty small enough to where I kept everything small enough to where if I do lose on this trade even, it's still going to be a very small day, and I'll still be able to take some swings later on, which is the main goal here. I'm only in with 200 shares of AMRN. Yeah, apparently, from what it's showing here, nothing was really wrong, and that it might have just been pop-up ads going down. All right, so we are getting a really nice bounce back above the VWAP. Hopefully this holds, and I could even hold this little 2019 level as my new risk if I wanted to with these 200 shares. We're about break even in it so far, and so I'm not hating this. Hopefully we get some moves up and we can take some quick profit in this trade. I don't like that, but we still have some room to let it test and work here. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm kind of been talking to Mitch about what's going down. He was worried he had some spyware, like viruses on his computer, so he shut it down just to be safe and unplugged it, which is what you got to do, you know, and so that's what he's focusing on now. CGC pulling back to the VWAP 2 here, looking more and more interesting. Yeah, TRIL, I was holding a put option from the last few days, but it doesn't look like that's going to turn out well. A lot of stuff's pulling back to the VWAP, and again, I think if you look at the SPY, I think most stuff is just following the SPY right now. And so I can set this risk at like 2019, so I'm risking about another 20 bucks in this trade, which is completely acceptable and fine. But we'll see what happens. Again, the SPY's crashing down, and when you trade big caps and mid caps, the SPY is going to influence a lot of these moves, and so I think I'll keep my risk at this 2019 level and then move on with my day if it does break that. But we're going to give it some time, and I will let it test that level as well. Yeah, I think that's the right move, Renee. I think that was the smart move. So nice work. AMD was a good trade. I think what we're getting now, I'll try to flash this really quick so you can see what the overall market is doing, team. But I think that's definitely affecting it. So you can see the overall market is crashing down. And so I think that's affecting a lot of mid and high cap stocks. And obviously bounces are preferable here. But I think the overall market, when it bounces like this, is going to pull a lot of stuff in its direction. And so I could probably even just sit here and watch the overall market. And AMRN will probably follow it to a certain extent too. So that's what I'm kind of looking at. Hopefully it works out well. And but yeah, there's the rejection, so we got to watch AMRN here. I think AMRN is going to fall down with that market rejection. Yeah, see, there it goes. And again, I got to just be careful here. It's still a very small day. And this is my risk right here. So I can let it test this risk, but it breaks that 19 level, that 2019 level. I just got to jump out. And I really don't mind the trade still. It's just got to hold this 19 level. There's a move back up, which is good. We just need to hold above the VWAP and maybe hold some support there, hopefully. There's 29s, but we need to keep going up, not reject there. There's the SPY pulling back up as well, so we'll see. This is the bounce opportunity that a lot of people were waiting on. I don't mind CGC here as well, so I might take a little bit on CGC here too. See if I can find that position here. Where's the previous closing price on CGC? It's right 50. I like the support on CGC. I gotta take a little bit here. There we go. I'm in with 100 shares of CGC, just a small trade. And again, I really love the support there. I think there's a lot of room, and I think they not only do we have that previous low, it's the opening range high on CGC. It's also the $0.50, and it's also the previous closing price. And so all of that stuff is below CGC now, and so I like it on the upside. CGC moving up a little bit too. Good. And I also think it's a really good lesson on support and resistance. You know, when you have all these different major levels that are all kind of accumulating at the same spot, it can just be really favorable for your trading. And so that's what we're kind of looking at here. Here's AMRN, and it's moving up. It looks good. There's 39s. And yeah, we're going to let this work. Beautiful risk level. I really like the risk level I gave myself, and it actually held that risk level really nicely there. And so we're just going to continue to watch this, let it work, see if we get some nice moves up. One thing I do regret, though, is I regret not adding a little bit more to CGC, because I think that support level was really solid. We had the previous close, the $0.50, a lot of really nice levels there for CGC that I probably should have taken a little bit larger position than just this 100 shares. But again, I tend to do much better later on in the day, and so I don't mind taking small positions until then. With AMRN, we just need to move up here, but we have some more room and some time, a little bit more time to let this actually work. Yeah, that's kind of what I am in Yosemite. Somebody's asking me, do we watch The Spy? Yeah, The Spy is the main thing I'm watching, and the reason we're getting this rebound right now is because The Spy's up to 326.50s, which is much more favorable. So we're just going to let it work. About break even in AMRN and with a little position on CGC, but enough to, you know, make me have some small little wins. AMD, beautiful bounce there. But yeah, this is just the market bouncing. Market's bouncing really good. Should hopefully drag these up a little bit more here. Specifically AMRN. We're going to let AMRN go to like the $0.50 at least, though, because we want to try to make a little bit more money from this one. 43s. We need to go up a little bit more. There's 43s. We get like 45s. I'll take some. 44s. Yeah, I'm going to take half off there. Close enough to 45s. I think I got 44s. And that's just going to really protect myself in this trade. And so we'll see if we can move up a little bit more. CGC, like I said, CGC just beautiful bounce there. And again, I'll go over CGC after I'm done with this one, but there's a huge reason why I wanted more of CGC. And it's a good lesson on support and resistance, so we'll go over that in a second. I'll probably end up making a video about that too. Spy's looking really good. I think the Spy's definitely helping me here. Yeah, I'm in AMRN. I mean, it's pulling back here. The big question with AMRN is, do I want to add to it now? Like, that's the big question. Do I want to add more to it or not? I don't know. I don't know about this. I could add more. I just added another 100 shares to AMRN. We'll see if it works. I'm just going to maintain that 2019 risk. I'm also going to get out of Tesla here and just bank my profits with my little baby trade. And try to manage this here. I'm back in with 200 shares of AMRN, and I'm trying to scale in and back out of it, but I got to maintain that 2019 risk level. But since I took profits already, I'm still keeping it very small on the day so far. Hopefully it finds some support here is ideally what we want to see. And we'd like to see the overall market itself, like the SPY, we'd like to see that rip up here and continue to push up, because that should hopefully drag AMRN up. Even though I think AMRN's a biotech stock, I think it still follows the market to a certain extent. And I think if you look at it and look at the market, you'll kind of see that as well. Hey, nice, James. Hey, good job, brother. Happy for you, man. Hey, James, I might be going to Florida this summer, bro. I might be going to Florida this summer. Where in Florida do you live? In February, we're going to Florida as well. So where in Florida are you, bro? Because if you're anywhere near Orlando, let me know. We'll meet up, hang out. Smoke some cigars, bro, you know. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm going to be in Orlando this summer. Or I'm going to be in Orlando next month, guys. Next month I'll be in Orlando. And so if anybody wants to hang out, you know, meet up, let me know, man. We can meet up at a bar or something. Have a few beers if you're, you know, let me know. Like I said, James, I know you're in Florida. I'm assuming you're probably a little bit up on the Panhandle, though. And so if you're anywhere close to Orlando, let me know, bro. You know. Oh, well, alright. Are you north? I mean, I'm in Houston, Game Face. I'm in Houston, bro. So yeah, I'm already in Texas, bro. Dallas is like a few hours north of me. What I might do if we travel anywhere, I think a great meetup spot would be like a poker room. You know, I could kind of travel, record video, some of it, make like a little vlog, and we could go to a poker room. I could take everybody's money, you know, it'd be ideal. Yeah, for sure, James. Yeah, we could meet halfway or something. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like, we could meet at like a poker room, we could smoke some cigars, play a few hands of poker, hang out. You know, that sounds fun. Or if you want to, I know, yeah, we'll plan something out, man. All right, here we go. Here's a move back up in AMRN. Which Star Wars character was from Florida? Orlando Calrissian. Yeah, my daughter and I, our thing is Star Wars. We love Star Wars, man. We just finished. We recently finished The Mandalorian. We actually just watched Empire Strikes Back this past weekend with my dad. My dad came in town for my son's birthday. We all watched Empire Strikes Back. I love Star Wars. Alright, we're at the 33s. Like I said, we're about break even in this trade. There's the pullback. See, so many stocks. You guys want to see how closely stocks follow the overall market? Look at the market now. So here's the SPY causing this drop. The SPY rejecting is causing this drop. Now look at like AMD. Look how similar. Same exact thing, right? Look at what else we got doing this. CGC, cannabis stock. You know, very similar moves today. So like everything follows the market. Ooh, the SPY is getting hammered here too. This should be bad for me. Like look at the SPY here. Huge pullback. Yeah, look at the SPY drop and then watch. We'll see what happens with AMRN, but not loving it at all. The chart doesn't look that bad on AMRN, and I like my risk level of like 2019. I think that's actually a really solid risk level. Even though the market's pulling back like this, hopefully AMRN says no sir and goes its own way. Yeah, for sure, bro. Let's do it. I appreciate it, BJO. Thank you, bro. Yeah, so it's actually a funny story with Star Wars, right? So when I was a kid, I used to make my own websites as like a 10-year-old, right? And this was back in like the old school days of like web creation. And so I used to make my own websites. I remember I made like a Legend of Zelda website, and it was like the coolest website ever. I didn't know, and they apparently like sent my dad a bill through the mail of like $100. It was like $100 for the domain. It was like GeoCities is the domain I used to create it. And so I was like creating my own websites at 10, and I would download Pokemon ROMs and emulators as like a kid, and I would also download LimeWire, and I would download before the prequels came out, like before the Star Wars prequels came out. I had downloaded not the Phantom Menace, the second one. What's it called? Or no, it was. So I downloaded the Phantom Menace. It was the first one before the movie actually came out, and so I was actually at home watching a bootleg copy of Star Wars prequels before they came out in theaters. And so my dad knew about it because apparently I didn't realize what I was doing, but I was actually hosting the Star Wars prequel online. And so people would download the movie from me, and me as like an 11 year old had no idea that I was actually hosting it. I thought I was just downloading it. And so they actually sent my dad a cease and desist letter, for me as like an 11-year-old to my dad. My dad still messes with me about it. They sent me a cease and desist letter, and I ended up taking it down so people couldn't download Star Wars or whatever. All right, here we go. Here's a huge drop. I got to get out. Squeeze down. An AMRN. Yeah, I'm out. Oh no, I scaled back up in size. I got to get out. That was a mistake. But yeah, so they actually sent my dad a cease and desist letter. And my dad still messes with me about it. And so by the time the Phantom Menace actually came out in theaters, my dad and I went to go see it, and I had actually already seen the movie. And it came out in like, what, 99? So I had actually already seen the movie. So yeah, I was 11 at that time. And like that's what happened when I was a kid. And so, yeah, I guess that's how I got started in web design, you know. But yeah, squeeze down in the overall market, squeezing down AMRN, unfortunately. And I think a lot of other traders were jumping out there too, which is okay. The problem we're running into today, guys, is that we're running into just a lot of sideways action right now. Like, look at AMD. The ideal, I'll give you guys a tip here, right? So the ideal situation, and let's look at CGC as an example. And this is just bad trade management on my part. Like, I just got into the wrong trades. But if you look at this, you want to look at some confirming support levels, right? If you're trying to get into the VWAP bounce, you know, what can we look for here? We can look for CGC. One huge level with stocks is the previous closing price. So the previous closing price is here, right? That also lines right up with this opening range high. You know, it's also the highs right here. Okay, so that's two big support levels on the CGC chart, right? That's two huge support levels underneath the chart on CGC. And so then when you look at the VWAP, and the $half, look, here's the $half, and here's the VWAP, and they're all around the same level. When you have all of these support levels underneath it, look at where it bounces. Look at exactly where it bounces. It bounces exactly off of that previous closing price. And so this is why I wanted to scale more into CGC, and I just didn't because I was too focused on AMRN. But when you have all of these levels kind of combined all around the same spot, you know, you have the pre-market high, or not the pre-market high, you have the previous close, you have the $half, you've got the VWAP, you've got that opening range high. When all of those support levels are underneath the stock, it's a pretty safe bet that those levels are going to hold. And if it doesn't hold, it's a really easy, obvious, self-evident exit, right? And so one thing I love is when all of these levels kind of combine to be within a few cents of each other, because that just gives it so much support that it's a very A-plus setup for a VWAP bounce, and that's exactly what we got with CGC. Again, I kind of wish I would have scaled back in with a little bit more, and it's unfortunate, but that's okay too. You know, it is what it is. Every day's not going to be green. I've been in a little bit of a slump lately, but that's okay, you know. Napster, I have LimeWire, bro. The thing probably gave my computer a million viruses, but I had LimeWire. And I'm kind of looking at AMD. It's looking kind of similar to AMRN. Although I don't really like it, and I think the market's pulling back some. AMD doesn't look terrible. It's a little late, though, unfortunately. But we can get a pullback to 64. I'll jump in. And maybe I'll jump in with a 50 shares, anticipating a rejection. And if not, I can just ride it up. If it moves down, I can add some to it. There we go. That's not bad. Because I got to start taking some bigger swings. It's just this one's not ideal for that setup. AMRN just looked weak too, unfortunately. What did Roku end up doing? Tesla is actually picking a really nice trend today, ironically enough. Roku, yeah, fake people out. Alright, here's a move back down to 66. I'm going to add another 50 shares to it. We're going to start scaling into AMD, anticipating a bounce back up here, hopefully. Here it goes down to 62. And so this will be my swing for the day. Wish me luck. I'm going to jump back in with another 100 shares here. And with 200 shares, we get a little bit more. I'll add a little bit more. My risk in this case is 55 right here. And so we're right around where I'd like to add to it. One more add. Again, my risk in this case is 55. Right there is my risk. Alright, there's 63s. I got to be careful here. Like I said, I don't mind kind of scaling into this one with larger size because I got to take some swings, and it is later on in the day. It's ideally when I usually trade. I'm going to jump in one more lot of 100 shares. Oh, no, I never got that one, unfortunately. Alright, yeah, one more lot. Alright, so I'm in with 400 shares now. Profit target is right around 75. Risk is 55 here. And so if I could get a profit target of like right there, that I'd be happy. My risk is tight. My reward level's big. And so we'll see what happens here. I think the SPY itself, though, is just kind of sideways and choppy, unfortunately. And look, there goes CGC ripping up. Beautiful rip up with CGC here. Right, there's 62s. I'm going to add one more position. And this is the final add, 500 shares. So wish me luck, guys. Like I said, if this doesn't work out, I might hang it up for the day. I might trade off stream a little bit and try to, you know, win back some. I realize I do trade way better without the pressure of streaming, but I try to trade and keep it together, but we'll see what happens. Still got a few solid distance to my risk level, so we're still fine. SPY's kind of moving back up, and so that is something to consider. But yeah, not a great day again. I've been struggling a little bit lately, guys. I really have. My trading, like I'll go over my TraderView stats some. Now we made a great member video about my TraderView stats, and so I'm gonna leave some of it to the video for our members. But I'll go over my TraderView stats just so you guys can see what I mean with all of it. All right, there's 61s. Hopefully we get a move back up, but that's my final add to this position. Yeah, I don't know. I like the support it has here. I like all the support underneath it. You know, it's got this support level. It's got this support level. And so I do have some added room, and then it's got the VWAP. So I like the support levels underneath it. It's just got to actually hold. And, you know, we'll see what happens, you know. Like I said, my risk level is like 55, so I can let it test that. Again, you know, if I can keep it under $100 in losses today, that's perfectly fine. Wait, what happened? Oh, there it is. Okay, good. And see, this level is actually holding. It is what it is. Like I said, I'm up enough. Like, I looked at my stats, and my stats are actually pretty solid. I'll show you guys my stats in a second. Once I get out of this trade, I'll review my stats real quick. Hey, cool, Jacob. Nice work. Hey, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, that's what we're here for. Again, though, one thing you'll learn as you get better as a trader is that every day is not going to be green. And every week, sometimes you're going to go through slumps. We've all done it. We've all been through slumps. If you've been at least trading long enough, everybody's kind of been through a slump at one point in their trading career or the other. And, you know, the ones that are good at the people that are good at trading, very similar to poker, are the ones that can handle the slumps better. And so I think that's an integral part of learning to trade, is learning how to handle losses. So I am trying to pay attention to this in case it squeezes down quickly. But I think that's an integral part of trading is just learning how to handle losses, because losses will come. No matter what you do, no matter how good of a trader you are, losses are going to be there. And I've been in definitely a little slump the last week. I think it probably, part of it is strategy selection the last few weeks, but part of it is just sometimes trades are just not going to work out. And as long as it holds the support here, I have enough confidence in it at 57 because it has that bottom right there. If it breaks under that bottom, I'm sure it's going to wick down under 55 very quickly. CPAH? Yeah, I mean, I'm not much of a penny stock trader, Spyro, so if it's a penny stock, I mean, yeah, I'm not much of a penny stock trader. I don't like the way that one's moving either, though. There's 61s and 62s. It's a little bit better. If we can get a push over the VWAP and like a hold of support there, I actually really like the double bottom here as well. So if we get a push over the VWAP and a hold, it would be ideal. What we don't want to see is a quick rejection like this. Also, guys, if you want to use the same platform or broker as us, I'll post this link here. There's a lot of huge benefits to using them, specifically that new traders can get started and actually day trade for cheap. You know, their base package is $3.99. With that, once you're approved, you get 14K in BP. You get 14,000 to trade with, basically. There's no PDT rule, and you can actually short stocks. And I think new traders, what's your other option as a new trader? You can go to other platforms who are charging over $100 for the platform alone, which is ridiculous. All right, here's my risk level. Oh, wait, I gotta sell. I almost bought. That would have been terrible. Yeah, there's the risk. And it is what it is. There's my stop level. Like I said, I might trade off stream for a little bit, and like I always do, I always record everything, so you'll be able to see if I do trade more. This one is called Calling Me by OOY. But yeah, so if anybody wants to use the same platform as us, like I said, I'll post this link here, and you can check it out. Again, what's your other option as a new trader? You can... You know, you could go to another platform, which they're charging over $100 for the platform alone, or you could go, you know, to a conventional platform and you're going to be bound by the PDT rule. And so I think this is a great way for new traders to get started. Most new traders can't short, and so TradeNet you can actually short. You get a lot of buying power, and you can even short some of these recent IPOs. And so I think that for new traders specifically, I think it makes a ton more sense. Instead of new traders depositing thousands into a conventional platform, they can spend $3.99, get a ton of buying power, get actually the ability to short, and then the package comes with a day trading course, a demo account, chat room access, and a lot of cool stuff. And so there's the link if you want to check it out. Again, it's a great way to help support our channel. Of course, we're probably biased in their favor because we post links for them, but it is a great way to help support us, and so there's the link if you want to check it out. You can also check out Trade Ideas, which in my opinion are the best scanners in trading. We've had a lot of people that signed up through us, so I really appreciate the support. You can build strategies around different scans and stuff like that. And so I think for traders, if you're a good enough trader, they can basically pay for themselves. And so here's the link if you want to check it out. Yes, that's the name of the song. Yeah, I'm in the US, Al. And so yeah, I'm in the US. But yeah, so like I said, let's go over my stats really quick, just so you guys can see what I'm actually doing here, right? So like where I'm kind of at as a trader. So what we're gonna do, let me figure this out. Let me see. I'm trying to see, like, we posted a member only video on our stats, and so let me see. Trying to figure out what I want to show. Alright, so, yeah, I'll show some of this, guys, but I'm not going to show the full thing, and I'm not going to really review it too much in depth, because, again, you know, we do have this stuff for our members, which is kind of specific to our members, and so I'll do it that way, but we'll go ahead and I'll show you guys this so you guys can know what I've been getting into and what I haven't been. Alright, so we're going to go to reports. This is my graph from the last 90 days. This is my trading for the last 90 days. For the last 30 days, what we're going to do here, let me do this. Let me go to trades view. And we're going to start deleting all of this. I'll try to delete like 4 weeks of trading just so you guys can see how I've been doing these last 4 weeks, and you can see that, you know, I've actually been doing it. Here, let me we'll delete it back to what the, let's see. I must have deleted that one already. Alright, sorry guys. Let me get this. We'll delete it back to 2028. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out the 5th, I guess. Yeah, the 6th. We'll start from the 6th. I'm trying to keep it exactly a month. Alright. So, we're going to go ahead and upload these. So, wait, what? See, look at AMD just faking me out. I couldn't have held it through that, though, unfortunately. I wasn't going to hold it through that, and that's the big thing, is that I'm not going to hold it through that, unfortunately. Alright, so we're going to start this off here at the 5th or the 6th, okay? So, basically, we're going to start importing my trades, right? And if anybody wants to see how you import your trades from Tefs, this is how you do it, okay? So you go to historical data, you go to trades. If anybody could see this, yeah, I'm gonna make sure you guys can see this. Yeah, you can see this. Okay, so I'm gonna select my account, and I'm gonna start on the 6th of January, and we're going to go through the 10th, and we're gonna, or no, that's the 1st. We're gonna start from the, we'll start from the 9th of December all the way to the 13th. So we'll do that first week of December, and we export. First week DEC. You can see that's what I named it, first week DEC. And then we can go to trader view, import trades, choose file. We got the first week of December. You can see I'm selecting that. We go to upload. Refresh. There we go. And so you can see at this point, let's just start it at that first week. So I think we started on the 9th. And so we'll filter. And so that first week of December, that second week of December, we started off with $942 in gains. This was my report from there. I didn't have any losing days that week. So it was a really, really solid week where I put in some big size. And this is when I had scaled up in size, right? And so we're going to go ahead and save the next week, which again starts on the 16th. And it goes all the way to the 20th. All right, and so we're going to import that. We're going to filter this. We're going to export it. We're going to do second, let me find this, sec week of December. All right, we can go to import again. Let me choose file. Second week of December. You see I'm selecting the same one in my recent files that I just saved. We can upload that. We can refresh until it works. All right, so up until that point, for those 2 weeks, my P&L was $2,593.60. And this was right in the heat of me using larger sizing. Like, this was right in the heat of me using larger sizing. You can see I actually had that really nice gain, which was my largest gain ever, ironically enough, on AMRN, and that was a $1,349 gain. So you can see I'm not lying about making these gains and these trades. I just uploaded that live, and you can kind of see my P&L go. All right, so that's the second week of December up to the 20th. Then we can start on the 23rd, and this is the week of Christmas, and we can filter that. And we're just going to name it third week DEC. All right, so you saw I named it third week DEC. We can import trades. Let me make sure you guys can see this. Yeah, you can see it. All right, we can choose that file. Third week December, upload. We can refresh. There we go. All right, and so you see that was kind of a break-even week. It looks like my P&L is $2,468 with that. And this is kind of when the slump starts to happen. And this is when I start to kind of scale down in my sizing. What's next? Well, on the 27th is where that ended. So then we start into January. And this is when we hit January and we go into the month of January. And this is, we'll just name this first week JAN. We'll save that. We'll import that first week of JAN. You can see first week of JAN, same thing. I just saved. And so this is basically how you upload your trades directly from Tefs. And there's no way for me to fake this, guys, just so you guys could see. It looks like I made a few $100s that week, a good week. But, you know, I did scale down in size. I can look at my average sizing per trade and see I did scale down in size. The biggest sizing I took was this day to rebound a little bit. And so, you know, this is when I started to scale down in my size. Let's see, what's the end date here? The 3rd. And so we can go to January 3rd, which was last Friday. And we could go up to the 10th. Filter. And this is the second week of January. And this is when I'm really starting to struggle, not only with the bigger sizing. I did scale down in size, but this is when my trading kind of took a turn. I have not been doing as well in January. I'm still up a ton in profit and still up a ton in my account as well. But this is kind of when my trading started to go in a little bit of a slump, as you can see here. And I think that'll probably be fine. I think the rest of this is weekend. So yeah, this is my report. Again, this is the graph from what I just uploaded. And so you can see my entire December, I literally only had 2 losing trades. My entire December, I had 2 losing trades, right? As soon as we hit January, I've been able to kind of fight back a little bit and have some green trades, but it's been about break even. You can see red day, green day, red day, green day, red day, green day. And so this is for me scaling down, but again, you saw me upload this live. This is my actual graph for the last month or so, from January 10th all the way to, or from December 10th to January 10th is what this graph shows. And again, I uploaded this live. Gross P&L, I'm still up a really solid amount. My account's still well into the profit. But again, I scaled down a little bit, and I've been in a little bit of a slump lately. You know, I haven't been doing great, and it's one of those things where looking at this graph really helps me kind of get my mind right. Because yeah, the last 2 weeks have sucked. You know, if you've watched me only in the last 2 weeks, you probably think I'm just a terrible trader, because I've sucked, man. My trading has not been going well. But when I look at my overall graph from the last month, it's still a very acceptable graph that I'm very happy with. Even if we just do a little sneak peek here, my for this rate, my accuracy is above 50%. I'm 55.6%. If we look at just December, if we look at just December here, and we go to the 31st, it's still about the same. But my trading has been great. You know, really break even. That's actually very interesting. My average hold time is the same. Let me take this first week out. Not bad. But my accuracy, the point is, my accuracy is not terrible. You know, 55, it's well above 50%. My risk reward is good. You can see my profit factor is 3.26, which is great. That's almost 4 to 1. Or that's over 3 to 1 reward to risk average ratio. And so it's really good. But again, I just got some stuff I got to work on. And, yeah, you know, it's a process. I'm still learning. I think I need to scale back up in size and stop being a wimp. But I also think that my trading has been going much worse the last few days, in the last few weeks for sure. Almost certainly. And so let me check the chat. Sorry, guys. I've been kind of going over my trader view trades. CGC. Let me look at CGC. Whoa. What happened with CGC, guys? Look at CGC. But yeah, I wanted to show you guys that to show you how you can upload your trades into TraderView and really get detailed statistics using TraderView. I'll post that link. It's not an affiliate link. I'm not an affiliate of TraderView, and I'll post that link if you want to check it out. But man, look at CGC. Let's look up the catalyst for this, guys, because something's going down with it. There's got to be something that went down with CGC. Hold on. Let me look at Benzinga. NBEV. Kylie Jenner was supporting NBEV. There's got to be something that went down with this. Let me look up some other news for CGC. If you know why CGC is moving like this, let me know, because that is a huge rip. I'm not seeing anything for it. Does anybody know why CGC is moving like this? Any stress factors? Possibly. That are possibly contributing to that. That $1,000 trade was on AMRN. But yeah, I mean, it's part of it. I don't know if it's a stress factor, but it's certainly trading on stream is much harder. You know, it's much more difficult. When I'm off stream, I'm much more willing to take some swings and then just kind of, if I lose, just tell people about my loss afterwards. It's much easier than doing it live and kind of having everybody to try to tell you what to do or what you're doing wrong and stuff like that. That's extremely difficult to deal with. I would say trading with hundreds of people watching you is substantially more difficult than trading by yourself, because you know, when you're in trading, sometimes you kind of get into the zone. I got into the zone on Friday with AMD. I posted a live trade recap of that trade, so you guys know I actually did it. But you know, when you're trading, sometimes you got to get into the zone, and when you're just kind of feeling the market, everything you're doing seems to be working, and it's I'll say it's much harder to get into the zone when you're streaming, because you got everybody, again, that, you know, sometimes you have trolls and sometimes you have people that kind of hindsight are like, oh yeah, I didn't like that trade. And it's like, yeah, sure. It's really easy to say that in hindsight. And you know, some people say mid trade. And so it's just part of the emotional kind of aspect of streaming, where you have everybody kind of telling you what to do. And listen, I get it. I do the same thing. So I'm not trying to criticize the chat at all. I'm really not. I do the exact same thing. If I was in a chat room and I didn't like something, I would tell them, because I would think I was trying to help them. You know what I mean? So I don't judge people that try to help. But it's just a much more emotional thing, and it's a process for sure. I don't know what a honey cooler is. CGC is certainly not down on the day. Look at CGC, guys. This thing just made a huge rip. I don't know what's going on with it. There had to be something that came along. Hey, I appreciate the sub, Sean. What's up, bro? Appreciate the sub, man. I appreciate the sub, Sean. I know we got a few subs. We got Muhammad. Appreciate the sub, brother. Welcome to the team, man. SEB. Appreciate the sub, bro. What's up, guys? All right. But yeah, that was my stats for the last month. And so it's like, I got to tell myself, it's like, look, I've kind of been stuck in it for the last few days. For the last few weeks, I've done terrible in trading. I've just done horrible. My trading has not been, I mean, really, I've been about break even, which is okay, but it's not ideal. And, you know, it's part of it. Like, I grew my account to like $2,500 in profit, and now I'm taking like a $800 dip, and then I'm sure I'll bounce back. But I think that's part of it. Just like a stocks movement, sometimes you got pullbacks. And I think that's the most realistic thing to expect as a trader. You can't really expect that you're just going to win all day, every day. And it's just not like that for most of the time. Drake tweeted or made a post about it. I don't know, man. I can look it up. It's either that or somebody just unloaded a huge position on CGC, which is plausible as well. Let me see. I'm looking at the global news. I'm not seeing anything on CGC. Yeah, I'm not seeing nothing. I see some movement on NBEV. And so, okay, this is probably what it is. So NBEV, Kylie Jenner made a post and apparently is supporting NBEV, and I think that's going to drag the rest of the sector up, is realistically what I think it is. I'm seeing some stuff in Benzinga from Thinkorswim that says new age beverage company Kendall Jenner's diet includes this new age beverage brand. She told E! News that she drinks this to start her day every single morning. And so Kylie Jenner putting out a promotional thing for NBEV, and this is a CBD infused drink company, and I think that's probably going to drag the rest of these stocks up, like ACB, CGC, Kron. I think that's what's really going down, is that the sector is up because of that news from Kylie Jenner, basically, is what's going down. And so I think that's actually what's happening with the cannabis stocks right now. I think that's why it's moving. And so we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, I think that's really what's going down. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, break even's better than red. Yeah, for sure. And again, like, you know, some people get mad at me. They say I'm being negative. It really, deep down, the people that get upset with me if I kind of talk about this emotional kind of journey as a trader and kind of what the struggles are that I deal with, the people that get mad at me or act like I shouldn't do that, or the people that are secretly just rooting for you to fail. You know what I mean? And so it's like, traders need to understand that in the end, right, trading's an emotional journey. Part of process and system building is learning to manage your emotions. The entire way you get good at being a trader is you condition yourself to make the right decisions and to let emotions play less of a factor in your decision making. That's what you do to get to build a system and to start to actually become a really good trader, is you condition yourself to make the right decisions, and that includes making the right emotional decisions and being able to manage and let emotions play less of a factor in your decisions. And I think that is one of the most difficult parts, and that is what traders should understand and expect, because anytime you're trading with money, you're going to be emotional no matter what, and you got to learn to curb that emotion to a certain extent if you plan on being a good enough trader to do it, professionally. And I think it's very difficult, to say the least. Gold buy sell? I'm not sure, man. Not really sure. Yeah, I mean, Kylie Jenner is actually a billionaire, which is crazy. So yeah, I mean, I think she has some sway over everything, honestly. I think it's part of it. You want to know the boss of the social media marketers? It's Kylie Jenner, man. She's a billionaire because of it. So, kind of shows where technology's heading. And I respect her, man. Listen, she did that stuff. She did that, man. I can't judge her for it. And yeah, I mean, she's influencing stocks. I mean, I think they're speculated to charge like $100K plus per social media post. And so yeah, she for sure can influence almost anything. She brings it. The reason she can is because she's such a big cultural person that our pop culture is revolving around, big names like her, and so when she says she supports a somewhat controversial product in CBD and cannabis, then it's only positive and it's only a good thing for the overall sector. And I think that's what is causing this movement overall. All right, Mr. Glitch. Oh no, Vinny, trust me, it was not directed at you. It wasn't directed at anybody, man. It's not. I'm not being cryptic or anything like that. I'm just saying. Like sometimes you'll see people that they'll be like, oh, you're always negative, or oh, you're always talking bad, and I get it. Like, I get it. I'm not talking about you at all, Vinny. Don't stress. I know you support me and that you appreciate, the channel and what mission I do here. So it's all love, man. I'm not mad at you. Trust me. But yeah, I'm just saying, like, it's tough, man. It's tough. It's an emotional journey, and I think if you're a new trader, you should expect it to a certain extent, because again, like you can see in my graphs that I literally just uploaded live. You get, like I said, man, you get certain people that will say antagonistic things, and you'll get certain people where they're just negative, and they're just kind of sitting there waiting to critique you on something or to criticize you on something. Most of the time, it's because they lose their trading accounts, and it's very hard to be an introspective enough person to be like, hey, this is my fault. So they look for somebody to blame, and that's just part of it. But even if you look at these graphs here, like look at my best time of the day is 10 to 11. So I need to hold and maintain that, really, because that's where I'm doing really well, and that's what I gotta really focus on. January itself, I'm still maintaining a solid accuracy rate, and but I've definitely had more losing days than winning days, unfortunately. Oh, it's Kendall, not Kylie. My bad, Casey. I appreciate it. What's up, R. Smith? What's up, bro? It's all love here. Yeah, man, it's all love here, bro. Honestly, you would be a sexy chiropractor. Honestly, I just went to my first chiropractor meeting like 2 months ago, man. And, honestly, it hurt really bad. Apparently, I have terrible posture. That's apparently. Apparently I have bad posture. It's probably because I sit here all day talking to you guys, you know, so I blame you guys. You guys should pay for my chiropractor. But no, it's probably because I stand here all day talking to the internet, you know, and that's probably part of it. So, but I felt better after I went to that chiropractor. It's the first time I ever been to one in my life, and it felt good. I have to go again. All right, so Mitch is saying his computer's good. He doesn't have a virus, so that's always good. Alright guys, so I'll probably end up hanging it up for the day. I might trade off stream a little bit, try to rebound a little bit. Part of what I'm working on right now, guys, is that I gotta trade with bigger size, and I gotta scale back into bigger size, and I don't know if I necessarily want to do that on stream. I think it's something that I kind of just gotta try to get into the zone and grow my account back, because I had grown this account up to like $2,600 in profit, and you can see right now I'm at about $1,700 or $1,600, so I did lose you know, a solid $800-900 in profit. I'm still in the green, well into the green in this account, but I could be doing better, I'll say that. So it's something I got to work on. You know, what I might do is if I do trade after the stream, I'll record it like I always do, and if I do, I'll end up posting a video at some point. Thoughts on DARE? DARE is an old school penny stock I used to trade a long time ago, and wow, look at it. I'm looking at put options on DARE if I can. Dare Biosciences. No put options. Oh, also guys, like I said, if anybody wants to use the same platform as we do, you know, I'll post this link. There's a lot of benefits for new traders. Like with TradeNet, it's technically an educational package, and so you spend $3.99, you get a day trading course, access to their chat room, and a demo account to trade with, and then you get to partner with them and basically become a contractor with them and trade their account, and that's basically how you get around the PDT rule, and it's one of the cheapest ways to do it. You know, if you think about it, like your options as a new trader, you can trade with a US regulated platform, but then you're going to be bound by the T2 rule and the PDT rule. You're basically only going to get to trade 3 times per week. So if you're like a day trader like me, that's not going to cut it. Or you can go to other discount platforms, which a lot of them, just for their platform alone, it's like over $100 a month just for their platform. So in 3 months, you're basically going to pay for the equivalent of an intro package on TradeNet. Or you can go the TradeNet route. And again, it's $3.99 right now. It's a great way to help support us. But once you get to partner with them, they give you a $14,000 funded account to trade with. There's no PDT rule. You get to day trade in short stocks, and it kind of operates like a prop firm. And so there's a 70-30 split, and there's a max loss of 700, but they're giving you a ton of buying power. You can short stocks, which most new traders can't do, and in my opinion, it's just a cheaper way to get started. You're risking less. You know, you can deposit $3,000 into a conventional platform, and let's be real here, most new traders are going to lose that. And to be fair, I think most traders are going to lose their TradeNet funded account as well. I think it's just a much cheaper way to get started though, and I think it doesn't matter where a new trader goes, they're probably going to lose their first account, and that's to be expected. But yeah, if you want to check it out, it's a great way to help support our channel, and it's a good way to get your feet wet. That bundle just makes sense, I think, for new traders. So I'll post this link here. Let me find it. Here it is. So yeah, you can go check it out. Great way to help support us. ADAP, let me check it out. So yeah, there's a link if you want to go see that. ADAP. And again, guys, I mean, like I said, if you're upset with me that sometimes I trade off stream, I mean, the reality is, like, I don't sell a course. You know what I mean? Mitch and I, we're not experts or gurus. I'm trying to grow my account just like everybody else. And so one of the good things about kind of offering sole free content and just putting all this free content out there is that we don't have any pressure to do anything. I could lose every day in a row and nobody can get mad at me. I could trade on stream, off stream, doesn't matter because it's all free. We're not experts or gurus. And so if you want to help support our free content, we just try to put stuff out there that new traders can learn from, and we try to put stuff out there that works for us and just be honest about the stuff that hasn't been working. And that's kind of what you guys see today. So hit that subscribe button, click the bell. We got almost 120 likes, so I appreciate the love today, team. Honestly, it doesn't matter what you do, you're going to lose. I mean, I think if you're a new trader, you're probably going to lose. It doesn't matter where you go. I'm the only person that's going to be honest enough to tell you that, though. I think all the other gurus are trying to sell courses, telling people that if they take their course, they're going to be, you know, a millionaire. within 6 months, and I think a large majority of new traders lose, and the ones that don't lose, it's more luck, because it's not just the strategies and the patterns. You can have the best course in the world. You can have the best trading course in the world, right? But it takes time to condition your emotions and your decision-making ability for trading. Emotions play such a large factor. You can know the technical aspects of trading down to a T, but if you can't manage your emotions, you're still probably going to lose, and that's what gets new traders. It's not that they're trading the wrong strategy, it's that they're not able to let go of a losing trade. They're not able to hold it to their risk level and get out if it breaks it. They instead double down, add to their position, do a lot of other bad things that new traders shouldn't do, and that's what costs them. And so even if you have the best course in the world, a new trader's still going to need time to condition their emotions. And that's a very underappreciated aspect of learning how to trade is conditioning yourself to make the right emotional decisions, and that's very difficult. Yeah, 100%. And it's part of it, and that's why I say, like, look, I might be the big buzzkill in trading. I might be the big buzzkill. Everybody might think they're going to be a millionaire next week, but I would say on average, a realistic time frame to become a good trader is about a year, maybe more. It's not something that you're going to pick up and just start doing it right away, even though everybody kind of dreams that they're going to. But I think that's also why people get upset at gurus, is because it's kind of like a buzzkill whenever they find out it's not really like that, Yeah, 100%. But yeah, guys, good luck. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We'll see you all tomorrow. Appreciate the love and support today. We had a lot of new subs. We had a lot of likes today on our video, so I appreciate the love, team. I appreciate the support. I really do. Thank you to all that have supported us. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Again, you want to use the same platform as us, you can check out this link right here. If you want to use the same scanners as us, you can check out the Trade Ideas link, and you can use promo code BT15 to get 15% off of Trade Ideas packages. Also, guys, we did put a cool video out for our members. YouTube unlocked channel memberships, but again, don't feel any obligation to, because number one, we're just a free resource and community, and so if you want to help support us, you can become a member, and you get access to all these coveted emojis, including my wife Carol's emoji there. You got Mitch pointing at you, and you got me with my surprise face, so you can get access to those emojis, plus get a dope member badge. And like I said, we'll try to put out a few member-only videos a month if you want to help support us, going over the best strategies that work and the ones that haven't worked and stuff like that. And so I think we'll be putting one out next weekend, and we did put one out yesterday on some cool stuff for our members exclusively. So if you want to become one, it's $4.99, but again, this live stream is always going to stay free. Our weekend videos are always going to stay free. And it's just a good way to help support us if you want to, become a member, get a cool badge, be able to use those emojis and stuff like that. I'll post the link if you want to as well. We actually got a lot of emojis, so I appreciate everybody that showed that support. And so, yeah, there's the link if you want to become a member of ours. Well-known stat, over 90% of all new traders. Yeah, exactly, man. And like I said, I get it. Every trader's fantasy is, I'm going to take this course, or I'm going to buy this guru's course, and then next month I'm going to prove everybody that doubted me wrong, and I'm going to be paying bills with my trading profits. And it's like every trader's fantasy, right? But I would say less than 5% actually do that. And most people lose their account, and they realize really, really quickly that trading is not as easy as it seems, and that you can understand strategies, patterns, everything like that, technical analysis, but if you don't master your emotions and you use good risk management, you're bound to fail, and that's part of it. So good luck, guys. We'll see you all tomorrow. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Click the bell. Appreciate the love today, team. Shout out to Robert. Appreciate the sub today, man. Appreciate this. Welcome to the team, bro. Sean, Mohammed, SEB. Appreciate the love, team. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Good luck. We'll see you all later. And yeah, team, have a good day. We'll see you all tomorrow, same time as always. Also, if you want to join our Discord and kind of follow along if I do trade after the stream, I post my entire trade log, tickets, everything like that to Discord, so you guys can see what I get into. And so if you want to join our Discord, here's the link for that. And yeah, good luck, guys. Have a good day. Good luck in the markets. We'll see you all later. Have a good day, team.